there we are. Hey guys, we're on episode 38 at this point, and this time we're actually able to get in, we're actually able to play the game, so that's great. So, you guys are here just right now. Welcome. And, as we go along, of course, if you see any extra maps today that aren't part of Paizo's maps, you'll know that they are part of my maps. Patreon.com/KoboldDM. Alright, now on to the actual game itself. Who wants to do the recap this week?
Alright, I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were in Fort Drelev, and we had just gotten out of, avoiding getting imprisoned by being good little warriors. We snuck our way through secret passages in Fort Drelev and confronted Hannes Drelev himself, where he revealed that he was jealous of having been stuck with bogs for his land, and he sought to take over the Iron Race land, and this really put a drain on his nation's resources, as now he had the Tiger Lords to contend with, who the Iron Race were dealing with, and Pytax in the south was able to force them into a bargain that kinda left them in a bad spot. Drelev didn't really express any remorse in wanting to have us taken out of the picture too, because without us, our lands would fall apart and he could take them for himself. So we felt no real reason to hold back, knowing his true motives. We slew him, and then his guards and court wizards surrendered. His mistress was a bard and Desna worshipper who tried to teleport out, but we stopped her. After some interrogation, where she claimed to be a noblewoman from Brevoy, we learned she's actually from Daggermark of the River Kingdoms to the south, and we realized this place had a reputation for spies and assassins. We allowed her to leave in the end, as she had no love for the people here and no desire to interfere any further. Hopefully, what it seemed like. We talked to the court wizard, whose name was Emeka Stroon, and his sister, the Duchess, would take over Drelev's lands, but perhaps under our purview. And he did insist that in order to get their loyalty or whatever is close enough to it, we would have to rescue the 6 hostages that are currently being held by the Tiger Lords. And we learned that their leader is called Armag the Twiceborn, which, oddly enough, his tomb should be somewhere around here, because he apparently died, and this casts some doubt as to whether or not this Armag is truly Armag himself, or an imposter.
Shut up.
And whoever this Armag might be is of immediate concern, as long as those hostages are in their care, you guys aren't going to be able to deal with any of the political ramifications in this town. You've slain their king, but they need their people back. And so, with that being said, you guys are given lodgings and places to sleep here at the keep, and of course, maybe with an ounce of mistrust you keep someone up to watch. But otherwise, it doesn't seem like these broken people have any will to fight off their liberators. So with that, you may do your rests for the evening.
You do not detect the poison.
The what?
The joke.
Oh, okay, okay.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Do my temporary hit points go away after a rest?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys should be able to go to max health as well, because Gaz can spam, or Keeper can spam, lay on hands and stuff like that, so make sure to do that as well. That's the day. So as you guys are left to meet yourselves back in the sort of throne room here, discuss your plans or just to gather before heading out, I leave it to you guys. Where do you go from here?
I don't know about you guys, but I feel a bit better.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling tip-top shape, Draf.
Uh,
So, what do we know about these barbarians, the Tiger Lords? I think we should start there.
Well, naturally.
I imagine the higher-ups of this place would have some answers for us.
I'm concerned about their alleged leader. I mean, he is their leader, but may or may not be who he says he is.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time we fended off a reincarnated figure of yore.
I've had myself some run-ins with barbarians, but I don't think I'm too familiar with these Tiger Lords. Or rather, what would Gaz know about these Tiger Lords?
Yeah, you can roll me a society check.
I'd like to roll one as well.
Go thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I
same.
should probably roll that
This
way.
is a concern of mine.
Yeah, go for blind on these. This is knowledge that you may or may not be able to trust. May just be wrong, recalling it.
I am not very good at this. I'm sorry.
Mm. And also, something new for the stream. We are showing you guys on your end these blind rolls. The players don't see them, but you guys will, because I think it's more fun that way. So you can see when they're doing well and when they're not doing well, and just have the dread of the consequences coming up soon. But that being said, I can easily tell you guys that you recall a lot about the Tiger Lords. They are a barbarian group, a clan, that had migrated to this region a couple hundred years ago, we'll say, from Numeria. A lot of sort of barbarians, Hallett peoples, have made their way across the north part of the world here. But, no, the Tiger Lords are still a small clan in that sort of region to the north of you guys, as I pull you guys back up to the map. Within the hills to the north here. But the strange thing is, to your mind, guys, Armag is not a Tiger Lord name at all, really. That would belie another sort of barbarian group, perhaps further west. Because you've never heard any Tiger Lord being named that.
Gaz shares that information.
Well, it wouldn't be surprising if perhaps the Tiger Lord, the clans might have united over time.
And one more piece of information, you guys. You also recall that while they are named the Tiger Lords, they do not tame tigers of the region. They rather, as a rite of passing, when they're like 16 or whatever, they will be sent on an individual hunt to hunt down a tiger and take its, well, skull to wear upon their own head. It's an official rite of passage.
I don't like that.
As reasonable as that actually seems in regards to the clans uniting, I don't think it's a common occurrence with barbarians. They're not exactly the people to enjoy really doing diplomacy, which I suppose makes this arranged deal by Pitax even more boggling.
Does strike you as strange.
Why wouldn't they want to unite? That's how you get allies and how you get more secure.
The way a barbarian thinks is, why unite when you can instead subjugate?
They don't want
Oh,
to
like a dragon.
look weak to anyone.
What I'm curious about is whether this Armag Twiceborn is their leader due to his name and supposed identity, or because they follow his strength or whatever.
There seems to It's probably the former, if I had to guess.
If it is the former, we could potentially use that against them.
Like unmask him before the people.
Something like that.
That would be a good idea. Something to perhaps also look into is if he actually did go through the rite of passage, the Tiger Lords.
Either way, there is one piece of information as well that you guys had acquired in the, Keep of Drelev here. A map that does show the location of their camp as current. Sort of at the end, or at the start, rather, of the river, the Drelev River here. That leads down, of course, through Drelev.
Should we follow the river?
Are we intending to just march into camp? What about this tomb? Maybe we should try to find that first as well.
I would like to check the tomb indeed. But before we even consider leaving town, we should make a stop at oh, you know the place I'm talking about. The Velvet what's it?
The Velvet what's it?
Oh, the Velvet Corner. The Velvet Corner.
You know, the red place.
It's an inn in town that may or may not currently be a brothel. We're going to meet Terry and Nemesti there? Name ring a bell?
The guy we saved in the prison.
Correct.
Yeah.
You had been able to get him free from his jail as you guys were, dealing with all the guards. So, you imagine he's back there, and you haven't met him just yet, so I guess you guys are heading down there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, moving us over to a new scene here. This might not be the same scene. No, it is. Okay. Just has the old party token, so I'll put down the new one. There we are. Less guards escorting you around, though. But still, yet on this rainy sort of dreary day, you do see a lot more people outside of their homes. You see a lot more people feeling at least more comfortable walking about town without the guards breathing down their necks looking for any loose chains that they could still shake out of the people, the populace of this place. And, well, the market stalls have a few people sort of doing some business, selling things. It's a lot more like a recovering town after the deeds you guys had done. It's also, strangely, just like another day, even though their king is dead just the night before.
So, Kiva, shall you lead the way?
Yes, that would be wise.
This
So-
is an FYI. We can see what looks like.
Oh
location
yeah,
markers
these
on
guys
the map.
here. Yeah, that's like a old thing. Because I replaced a lot of the like maps and journals and such. Didn't realize these guys were still here, but they don't have anything. They're like broken journal pins, so you couldn't see anything anyway.
Gotcha.
A little tiny look behind the scenes. Either way, though, as you guys continue back over to the Velvet Corner, the sort of glowing red lights from the windows easily belying this as a sort of brothel. But not uncommon for a brothel to be housed in any city, especially with a military presence, and especially with a Callistrian priest at its head. Also, not very uncommon. You do meet back up there, and you do find, sitting at one of the tables outside of the office with the one you recognize as well. Actually, you guys didn't come here before. This group.
Nope.
We passed by.
You see Terry and Nemesti sit there with a very striking woman. One, in which then you would discover, is the Callistrian priest running this place. That would be one I am blanking the name on. So give me one exact little second. Yeah. I should look in here instead. Characters. There she is. Satinder Morn. Of a striking appearance, sleek leather, and, well, a sharpness befitting a Callistrian priestess. She seems like she means business with every action she takes. She sort of swings her head around to see you all approach. Ah, and these are the ones that we have to thank for your rescue, Tarion. Tarion, still looking a little bit dreary from his imprisonment, nods. Yes, they are the ones. Well, consider this place here my thanks to you. Partaking its services is as you wish, but otherwise I think you're here for more information rather than pleasures, are you not?
That is correct.
Very well. What do you wish to know?
The first thing that's on my mind is understanding more of the identity of Armag the Twiceborn.
Ah, yes. The Armag. The one who claims to be the, well, progenitor of a legend, so to say. I know a little bit about their activities. The former rulers, Drelev mostly, were keeping tabs on him as much as they could, even after they were forced into a peace. And we had heard recently that his camp had been moved to the side of a hill, and there was a cave entrance that they were sending people into. For what reasons?
Can probably assume that that's the tomb that we heard about.
Or what they suspect it to be, at least.
Perhaps. But if it is the real Armag's tomb, even if this fake Armag is not the real one, of course, there are still dangers to be found within. There are still relics of the original Armag that they could acquire, and that could speak havoc upon these realms here.
It was a barbarian lord. What could they possibly do?
Oh, but we were at war with them for the past 2 years. You can imagine what they would do.
A very powerful sword or axe or something?
Perhaps. Something that relates to the original Armag. Whatever it is, it would be very powerful. As this original Armag, as you might know, once shirked even Pharasma's power for a good time. Power over death itself. He was able to prevent himself from being cast into that, well, afterlife. At least for as long as he could hold his own against Pharasma's agents. Whatever it is would spell trouble.
But you are suggesting that this Armag may actually be Armag indeed.
Whether or not he is, it should not even matter at this point. At least,
No.
to my eyes.
We need to stop them. That's really all that matters here, and get the people back.
Terry and Amesti sort of nods. Yes. My daughter, they still have her. It's, Tamara. Tamari Numesti. Didn't want them to send off those hostages. I relented, and they still imprisoned me, even after she was taken. If they know that Drelev is no longer the ruler here, they would have no use for those imprisoned there. There would be no peace to keep because of those hostages. You need to get
They would
there
have
quick.
no reason to hold them alive.
Precisely. Before the news gets there, you should save them. Save my daughter and all the rest.
We have one lead now, at least. On perhaps, if nothing else, where Armag might be.
And that we needn't wait here longer than we should.
We should go before the news spreads.
News shouldn't spread too quickly, of course. We don't really have dealings with them, but you never know who could be making their way there right now.
I have a few ideas potentially.
Regardless, if there's anything I can do to aid in your journeys, any equipment I can provide, anything I can help you with, that should be the reward for the service of bringing back a valued customer. No, really, they're family friends. It's not really a business thing. But anyway, if there's anything you need, let me know, and I can try to provide. So, if there is anything or nothing at all, either way, what do you
Can't
guys
really
head
think
out?
of anything, but
I think I'm pretty decently prepared as it is.
yeah.
I don't have anything in mind.
Okay. And one other note.
Unless there's better armor, but that's unlikely.
As you are headed there, I would recommend a more expedient path. The river is uphill and, well, full of rapids, so you won't be able to get there faster just by taking the river.
So you suggest a straight route there instead then?
As straight as the crow flies.
How-
And when go ahead.
Oh, I was like, how well would they see us coming? Do they have probably scouts everywhere, or you think?
I would imagine, based on the reports, they are quite preoccupied with the tomb, as it is, perhaps. You will not have to deal with scouts on the periphery, and, well, once you get exactly close to the camp, there are certainly going to be sentries on the camp itself, but from what I was able to surmise, they've already lost a good number of their own, both from the wars we've been doing with them, and also their attempts at the tomb itself. You can get quite
And it's-
close.
In the tomb, it's right by near their camp.
As was reported, yes.
Can you tell us any identifying features of the area? Just so we know we're in the right spot.
You should be able to know when you see it. Their camp is between a small river and the sort of edge of the hill there. And you'll probably see the smoke rising from their campfires.
If this place was at war with the Tiger Lords for so long, and we're unable to fully drive them back, then surely there must be dangers that were noted.
Dangers. There is one other note I suppose I could tell you. I don't know much, and perhaps thought it was confounding evidence it wouldn't be helpful to you. There are cloaked women amongst their ranks that seem to be in a leadership position. Though that is quite strange, the Tiger Lords have not had that sort of matriarchal guidance. Usually it's just their, brawny leaders and shamans, but these cloaked figures look more like they are occultists of some sort, or worshippers of some other god. Not exactly part of that camp. But
So
yet,
chances are fairly high that the entire tribe may be manipulated at this
This would
point.
be like the 5th time a tribe or local group of people have been manipulated by a false god, some wizard in a coat, or a cult. Why does this keep happening?
but we're in the River Kingdoms. It is all about manipulation of people's emotions and dreams and hopes, and shifting their gazes elsewhere. You just dealt with a spy from Daggermark. It's just how the things are around here. Never too straightforward.
Not even I'm innocent of such things.
Precisely. It is a realm of passions, these lands. And passions can be easily stoked by outsiders with, well, cunning in their voices.
It seems people are quite susceptible to it as well. Say, do you all want to make a flashy entrance, or should we go on foot?
I like flashy.
What did you have in mind?
I could probably teleport us there.
That would certainly be the most expedient way.
But since I haven't seen it with my own eyes, I might miss.
And then we might spend time figuring out her whereabouts.
How far would you miss? Like, are we talking a couple miles, like a few hours of travel, or like a week away?
Well, that's the fun part. I don't know for sure.
Interesting.
So,
I was desperately trying to open my sheet to get the information.
I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, you and up to 4 other people, either willing creatures or roughly size of creature. So, you instantly transport to any location within the range of 100 miles, as long as you can identify it precisely by both its position relative to your starting position and by its appearance and other identifying features. I would say that certainly you know the distance to there because you have a map and it has like sort of guidelines for that, and you would know the appearance of a camp that is next to a river and also next to a cave entrance. You feel like that it's pretty close. You can't imagine other camps close to cave entrances around that area. So, either way.
So what do you all think? Should we just take the fast way, or should we enjoy the scenery?
Let's take the fast way. There's people's lives at risk here, after all.
I agree.
Do you feel comfortable and confident in your ability to estimate our location once we have arrived?
I mean, we're probably going to end up close-ish to the camp, probably within 3 miles, worst case scenario.
Probably.
We'll probably see smoke from that distance just fine.
Although you have to worry
The
if
inaccuracy
we
is
might
really
end up
generous.
right in the middle of everything.
Yes, that's the other thing. Do we wish to make an explosive, interesting entrance? We likely wouldn't have much room for parlaying with them.
But suddenly
sure
appearing would
Kiva-
also suggest that we're a force, not a force to be taken lightly.
There's a lot of unknowns. We don't know how ready they'd be to fight.
Well, we'll be close enough anyways. Shall we do it?
I see no reason not to try. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's a good idea, but I want to do it.
I'll admit I'm just a bit too curious.
You understand.
All right, well, give me a few minutes and I'll have us ready. Make any last-minute preparations.
Giraffe's gonna tap his foot impatiently.
So, as parent, you put down the sigils on the floor, you start chalking out the lines, you start preparing this journey through the sort of like immaterial between the material, of course. And to shorten that distance, there is certainly that margin of error. You have to wonder how far or how perhaps close, too close, you could get to it. For that reason, you all gather up and link arms as Parent chants the final incantation of the spell. I'm gonna roll a d100.
Woohoo.
1 is very close, 100 is very far away. Okay, I get to play with this. I rolled an exactly 100 the other time another party rolled to teleport, so a 3 is also very interesting.
Yeah, probably.
So probably need to shift this down on
Should I be
there.
scared?
We're going to appear inside of their tents. Maybe.
So,
Am I
Or
gonna
the-
appear
or the
inside of
opposite.
someone and they just explode?
there we
You
go.
cannot telefrag people, I'm sorry.
Oh darn!
As you guys shift through, Parenth, this was a very precise thread that you pulled on to pull you all through the, sort of, I keep thinking of like Rogue Trader, like through the warp, you know, you're going through the fucking Immaterium, but no, not that kind of game. You guys arrive, sort of shunted through space, the sound of rushing water.
Cool.
Oh, no.
It's gonna move you guys over to the new scene very quickly, it seems.
If there's a dinosaur, I'm going to kill someone. Likely the dinosaur. Or parent.
What are the chances that we're going to run into yet another dinosaur in the water? Come on.
Jeff still has nightmares about that one.
Giggle.
It's not a very happy memory.
Alright, let me shift up the music just slightly here before I set down your tokens.
You step through the portal. Roll initiative.
How good is this music?
We swapped places with the dinosaur. Dinosaur's now in the keep.
No, I don't like that. It's not like fucking, like, the orcs from Lord of the Rings, like, dun, 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 dun. No, it's not like that. Let's just use a different one here. Strike kill, sure. Alright, so. Because you guys were so close with the 3, I have to divide this down even further with a D100 where you arrive on a specific map. So top
Wow.
left going right and then scanning down for where you are with a D100 once more. Alright, that's a 79, so I think you don't teleport into the wall, but yeah, I gotta put you here.
I
You
love
guys-
not being in a wall.
Immediately sort of appear amidst tense and rushing water, sort of shunted through space, right outside of the camp itself. Not really outside of it though. You're right up against the wall, right with the tents there, and well,
Whoa.
is there any action you guys do immediately? Because luckily enough, this guy had their back turned to you for the moment.
How can they see with those helmets on? With the skulls on?
Gotta choose fast, guys. I only have a slight moment here.
Gonna draw my weapons and
Okay.
take a step forward as to like be between Thay and the barbarians.
Okay.
I will do a preemptive overdrive, I suppose, since I get the opportunity.
So, as Gaz starts revving the sort of gears of his armor and Giraffe sort of unsheaths the blade and steps forward, that is certainly enough for them to realize that they are not alone here. They turn around and you see this gruff-faced, sort of scarred, maybe mid-20s man, but certainly looks older than that just by his lifestyle. Sort of like, what? Hey, who the hell are you? Brothers, get over here. We have some intruders. Don't know how they slipped by the sentries.
If I say magic, will they believe me?
And you have a few more of these Tiger Lords rushing up from tents. Sort of this one stumbles out, sort of getting his helmet on.
We should have a conversation before we resort to stabbing each other with weapons.
Naturally.
That's not the proper greeting with us. Roll diplomacy check, though. As one of them sort of shrugs his shoulder towards the other to maybe consider something different than just going to war just so quickly.
This is why I shouldn't talk.
You don't have to be the one who does the diplomacy check.
Kiba, I'm
Kiba can
nudging you as I say this.
All right.
Interject and take the lead on that.
Yeah, I mean, Kiba wanted to talk anyways, so we can just say that, you know, he's continuing this
Mhm.
in a much better way than Chris can.
Sure. As
Decent
Kiba,
enough.
you entreat them. Well, hold on. We don't have to do it just yet. Who's to say that you can't fight it out after they have a little bit to say to each other? And that seems to be enough that they sort of nod to each other.
All right. Well, you're not going to talk to us. You're going to talk to the lady.
The lady.
Hey, the sister. Armag's sisters. Over here.
And you see this striking facade step forth. Very, very different than what you expect out of a barbarian clan. Certainly not a native of their tribe here. As she sort of swishes herself into the fray. And you also see other Tiger Lords. Though she does say, "You two stay by the cage, the rest of you over here." You guys look behind yourselves. The waters sort of go up to the edge of the cliff here, so there's not really any path to go down that way. A few others sort of start making their way over here. So... Sorry?
Can I try to catch a glimpse of where two people heading to the supposed cage are going, just to keep in mind later?
You heard it over here, though you don't have a glimpse of it because of the way the tents are. They're sort of behind the tents. You could shift your token if you want to, just slightly here. I mean, they're not going to be like, "Hey, stop moving." It's, you know, you're shifting very slightly, it's fine. But,
seems to be about as far as I can get.
Yeah.
Grant kind of inches around, too, just to get a look past the tents.
Sure. The woman sort of wreathed in these leathers with these motifs of eyes, sort of in two spots, sort of under her breasts and at her forehead, as if a third eye, wields a wicked dagger and sort of regards you as nothing more than curiosities that have landed themselves in this tent site here, I should say, or camp. That's what it is.
So, somehow, some way, you found yourselves in the camp of the Tiger Lords. Our camp. With no announcement. Right past the sentries. But you are so easily seen. How did you get here?
It was not difficult to slip by for people of our skill.
Roll a deception check. Yes, I know, technically, it wasn't actually, what you're saying is not technically a lie, but of course, you're being deceptive, and as such,
I am trying to obscure the truth, and,
Yeah, of course. She squints one eye at you, and at this close range, Kibba, you can even realize that their eyes seem to be streaked with these red lines, sort of all around their pupils, almost as if they're permanently bloodshot.
My eye sees all. The sisters see all, including through lies. No, you did not sneak past the guards. Your garb is not wet. Neither are your clothes streaked with mud or silt or leaves or anything that belies being in these woods. No. You have arrived through magical means. So you knew where you were going.
I didn't say which skill.
Your obtuseness will get you nowhere with me. Nowhere with the sisters. You intended to come here through magical means. So you will answer one other question. Why?
I gotta ask, why the attitude?
Well, it's quite simple, really. If you want straight answers, we can give them. We're here to meet your leader, and to check on the prisoners.
Check on the prisoners. Of course. You are mercenaries from Drelev, are you not?
Of course.
Very well. How is Lord Drelev? I didn't think he knew where we were.
Quite angsty, I would say.
Angsty. Your
Well,
coin.
yes,
Sorry, good.
he's quite besides himself, trying to figure out what to do.
What to do? As I recall, there is nothing he can do. Castruccio Irovetti has made sure that this peace is stable as long as we have these hostages. So, perhaps you are right to come and check to see if they are still all and well. Come along, then. Let your fears be assuaged.
They start guiding you in the direction of the east or west part of the camp here. Some of them falling behind you guys. You start to see the greater camp here stretches out along the riverbank, and you see a couple of other features beyond just the tents that you arrived at. First, this massive, sort of lashed together with rope and twine cage here that is about 10 feet high and, 20 feet across in both directions. And you do see, huddled within, quite a few humanoid figures. Amongst them are bedraggled sort of folks that definitely don't seem to be wilderness types, but they sort of look over at you expectantly, but dare not to speak in the company of these barbarians. You also note, to the further west here, what seems to be a horse pen, though there are no horses currently, but upon its sort of logs that make up its pillared sort of ends here, are hung 4 metallic suits of plate armor, with each of them sort of slung down some weapons that seem to have been trophies from whoever they pilfered these also suits of armor from. But looking at those inside the cage, you don't think any of those people look brawny enough or skilled enough to wear that kind of armor at all.
So, here we are. Our hostages safe and sound. The peace is as yet still maintained. Are you satisfied?
Not quite. The number seems off.
The number seems off.
Weren't there 6 of them? I only count 5.
6. There were only ever 5.
Can I make an insight on that statement?
Sure.
Me too.
That's perception, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a non-speaker, so I'm gonna
It's like,
be
what is
useful
she
this way
playing
at
at?
least, hopefully.
Trying to gaslight us.
There are 5 prisoners.
There are only 5 lights.
No. As you guys look, and as you guys regard her, there may be a miscommunication at some point, but you were given a list of names, and it seems like everyone is accounted for here. There just isn't a token for the 6, I'm realizing, so there was supposed to be 6 here, but the developers didn't put in 6. Anyway, so, yes, there are enough here. It seems in order, at the very least.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, trying to gaslight you guys without even checking my
That's
notes.
so funny,
Yeah.
though. The villain trying to gaslight us. Oh, there were only ever 5 of them.
But
Do they
yes,
appear to be in good health still, or are they battered and injured?
they don't seem particularly injured. Of course, maybe a little bit bedraggled from their quarters there, but not hurt, no.
So, are you satisfied?
Which one of these could be identified as that guy's daughter? Was that
You-
guy that when we talked to at the tavern?
You recognize this one right here. Looks to be that sort of like raven, sort of ponytailed woman as his daughter, Tamari Numesti. Though again, it seems like they do not dare to speak.
Oh, it's the one that's least visible due to the bars.
Yeah, all we can see.
I think you should allow us to speak with them to verify their well-being for the time.
If you must. Though you are trying our patience. Speak with him. See that they are well and good as hostages are.
Well, why the
As
rush?
well as they can be. Well, my boys are antsy. They are looking for a fight. They've not been granted one as they would wish for a very long time. Don't give us a reason. Don't overstay your welcome. And perhaps we will have no issues.
Man, I'm glad we got better neighbors at Skillport. Oh, no. That's...
So, she invites you to speak with them.
Kiba, can you check to see if they're okay?
I'll do what I can. I'll get close to the bars and, well, I don't.
Hey,
I mean, my hands are very visible, so I can't imagine that I look like I'm doing anything weird. So I'm just.
Yeah.
hey,
I'll inspect them.
you don't look like you're mercenaries, you. I don't recognize you.
Emery sort
Something
of
like
like
that.
steps up.
What were you saying?
Something like that.
Well, you've got to get us out of here. We're forced to do this. Nobody wanted to give us away.
Of course.
You guys are brutes. Just waiting on the
What?
time that one of them gets upset at night and wants to take it out on one of us.
What were the terms?
I don't know what they were. I don't remember. One night they just came to our father's house and just stole me. Took me away, as much as he tried to stop it. I don't know why I'm here.
Of course.
I didn't choose to be here. Just get us out of here.
Hey, Gaz, you should move forward a little bit more so you can get a check on how well they're doing.
That's true.
Hold on.
You're the one
Let
with
me-
the medical knowledge.
Let me just not stand too close to the cage so that I don't want him to think that I'm trying anything.
Oh, Gaz moves up
Just
and
casually moves into a flanking position.
Gaz inspects the prisoner's health.
Roll a medicine check.
Public right.
Yes, yeah. Since you'll immediately know
I
what
will
you're able to tell.
verify that.
Okay. Probably a little bit. There we go. Alright, so. To your best knowledge, they look alright. Maybe a little bit malnourished, a little bit like dark spots under the eyes, but otherwise. Seems okay. But they don't want to be here in the first place. They look scared, afraid, and. Yeah.
Well, they're about as healthy as prisoners can be, I suppose.
I will give you one final chance to answer this correctly. Are you satisfied with your little checkup?
What are you going to be having these prisoners do?
I don't need to answer any more of your questions. We have had these prisoners here for weeks now. If you truly are who you say you are, agents of Drelev, then you will have understood why they are here and what the circumstances are. This is highly unusual.
So are you. You don't really. What is your role here? Are you new to this tribe, or?
I am a guide. I am a sister of Armag the Twice-Born, ruler of this tribe. And that is all I will say to you. Now, are you going to leave? Or are we going to have to force you to leave?
Can I try to identify the symbols that she has?
Sure, roll a religion check.
The Twice-Born. Oh, I'm glad to hear he got baptized. That was my first thought.
It would be thrice born by this point if this is the
Oh,
real Armag.
I accidentally did that publicly.
Yeah, do
You can
that
just keep that
blind.
roll still though.
No, do it blind.
Okay.
There we are. So, you're able to tell by the motifs of these bloodshot eyes and such, and their sort of attitudes, this is perhaps a worshipper of Girona. Girona is sort of the hag goddess. It is the sort of like wicked, sort of scorned person's goddess that they go to enact a lot less proper revenge than Callistria, more just bitter, hateful vengeance, or even just jealousy that guides their hearts.
Are there any
Petty
connections?
revenge.
Hmm.
The god of petty revenge.
Can I think of any connections with what we've heard of the Twiceborn and this goddess?
I will simply say no. You have no inkling or any information that you've come across that would connect them. It's a mystery to you at the moment.
Okay.
The truth is, we are indeed agents of the land of Drelev. However, we are here to further negotiate these peace terms. In order for this peace to be maintained, I am going to have to bring back these 5 individuals.
6.
There's 6.
6 individuals.
Yeah, well,
5.5.
it's 5 or 6. It's a quantum
That number,
situation.
the
yeah.
number of people
the number
that I
of people,
see.
these people, yeah.
No object permanence on Keepa's mind.
Ah, you want peace.
And we would be all too happy to maintain that peace.
You don't get to change the terms. The terms are as they are because we like them as they are. They are not up for debate. They will stay here with us. And I think at this point
how
you have
long?
overstayed your welcome.
Ugh.
Gather them. Force them out of the camp. We wish not to have them here.
Tired of this. Hey, can I make an opportunity attack as he steps behind me?
I will allow it. So,
Yeah.
Giraffe, as you're standing there, you sort of reach for your blade, and this guy's coming up, trying to sort of get into your shoulder, sort of roughhouse you away from the camp here. Alright, buddy, let's get going. What?
I think you'll find we're very shrewd negotiators.
That's a crit?
Yes, that is a crit.
Giggle?
Like it.
So, as they come up to you, as they try to sort of enforce their will upon you to take you from this place, it seems as though
Into his shoulder.
you were able to just sling the blade out of your scabbard, stab it up into their shoulder as they're reeling back. The sister sort of shouts,
To arms, men! It seems as if they want the hard way here. Kill them all! Or at least capture the ones who are strong enough not to fall to your blades.
It's not
I'm
too
gonna hero point that.
Yeah, I wanted to hero
Shame.
point mine as well, but it's not letting me.
I rolled
uh,
a 6. That's about the highest I can ever expect to roll on an initiative roll, so I'm good.
Don't worry, I rolled a 5.
it should allow you to reroll using hero point if you right-click the initiative.
It says there's no actor associated with the roll.
That's strange. Okay, just
gonna
just
reroll.
reroll. Yeah.
It's not letting me.
Or just do another initiative perception check. Worked for Giraffe, so I'm not sure why it won't work for you. Either way. Roll 17 there, total of 38. Yeah, I'll just manually put you up to 38 then.
Yeah, it's saying I can't do it again because I'm already in initiative.
Should work. Other people have it going, but either way. You get up to that, and I'm going to roll the initiative of all these Tiger Lords as they bare their teeth, raise their weapons, sort of rallying these war cries out to you guys. And we're going to start with Giraffe, who's already gotten a good strike into this one. You continue the efforts against them, so I'm going to make sure that they have taken their damage as you take your turn. Also, from your critical strike with the electricity rune, which two others will take that 10 damage?
The two on my other side.
Okay.
Am I moving us into a better position?
Yes?
What?
Maybe?
Anyways, I'm gonna make one strike with my Mombele, then I'm gonna do a reversal strike against the two barbarians next to me, then I'm gonna parry.
Okay. They all had their weapons prepared. You guys, for the purpose of it, as Giraffe sort of like shrugs his shoulders at all of you, you all know where this is going, so you all sort of whipped out your blades as well. The Sister of the Bloodshot Eye is struck harshly by this strike. They are critically struck, in fact.
I like how it tells me how much I crit by.
Yes, I changed those settings so that the people watching can also see the modifiers and all that. 42.
So, carry over the damage dice to this barbarian, and the electricity to the two barbarians flanking me.
Yes. So, as you cleave at the Mombele, it'll continue to strike through, sort of lashing at this other Tiger Lord as well. What is the damage dice there? That should be 5, so 10 total, because it's, that's how it works. Crit.
Alrighty, then I will do the reversal strike, both hits with my Bloodthirst.
Okay. Push this
You
try.
hit the So you hit your Mamble against this guy first, and then against the lady second, right? With
No,
your
it was the other
Bloodthirst?
way around.
Right.
It was the Bloodshot Eye sister who took the 42, and the other guy took the cleave.
I mean, like, including the opportunity attack, the reactive strike,
Yeah.
because I need to keep in. Because I need to.
So this guy was strike first over here,
Yeah,
and she was
first strike
struck
with
second.
First strike
But with
the Mombele
different
on this
weapons,
guy.
right?
Yeah. First strike
One
with the
with Mombele.
Bloodthirst on this guy.
So. This guy on the right was struck with the Mombele. She was also struck with the Mombele. So she will
Yeah.
not get the poison. It will be
Yeah.
one of these guys that gets the poison from the Bloodthirst.
Gotcha. All right.
I hit this guy first with the Bloodthirst. To the west of me. Then I'm gonna hit the guy in the east.
Okay.
Did I believe this?
Gotcha. So that's venom on both of them.
So, with that, astringent venom, it immediately sort of courses through this guy's veins deeply. They critically fail that roll.
Wonderful.
It's a 8d6 afflicted by it. So 28 damage to him. I will apply this poison effect to him as you've slaked his weapons with that deadly stuff there. I'm gonna make sure he's up at stage 2. There we go. And then, so let's see here. 14 damage to the guy on the left, right, Giraffe?
Yep, and the guy on the right I missed.
Okay, so the guy on the left will take the other poison damage. The venom.
Yes.
Which one is it, Yarmos? Is it the same effect?
Yes, it's the
Astringent?
same effect.
Okay.
Yep.
So, fortitude save. They roll a natural 1. They're also going to take the 8d6.
Oh, this is beautiful. We're gonna sweep the floor. I'm sure.
That's great.
We're not gonna
I
get
assume they're
outnumbered.
big Constitution people as well. Anyways.
But you'd be surprised. But, either way, they take that 29 there. And up to stage 2, with Giraffe sort of whirling his blades already quickly, able to strike at both of these guys as they tried to surround him and take him away from the camp. Not having any of it. So, Giraffe, is that all your turn?
Yep, I parried as my last action. So if any
Okay.
of them crit fail an attack against me, I get to attack them back.
Parent, over to you.
Hold on tight, everybody. Parents are gonna cast
Ready.
airlift.
Okay.
It will grab everybody in our group to move us 60 feet through flight.
Mm. So, 10-foot emanation, measure rotor briefly carrying you and everything around you. You, each creature in the area, and each item are lifted. You and all affected creatures and objects fly to 60 feet. So it would be the other enemies coming with you as well. It is creatures.
Push comes to shove, we can just thunderbolt. Like,
I see the problem with that.
Position it so
Yeah.
one of them falls in the river.
Are they going to be willing to come with us, though? That's
it
the kind
willing?
of strange thing about it.
Briefly carrying you, each creature in the... No, it's a reflex save if they are unwilling. And
they can also just agree to it and, follow us.
Yeah. So you're not sure which ones will and which ones won't come with you. That's the other thing.
This is less helpful than I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Indeed.
You can always go back and do something else.
Yes, this never happened. Instead, I'm going to use Chain Lightning.
Okay.
Wonderful.
As they're all rushing up, none of them is close enough to stop you from casting the spell, sending this arcing lightning through each and every one of them that you can get with the strike.
I'm just going to bounce it to all the barbarians first before ending it on her.
Okay.
Do I to target everybody?
Yes, please do.
How many critical fails in a row do you think we can get?
First one critically succeeds.
Yeah, target them in the order that which they would be affected by it. I think you did, yeah. Alright, so as this chain of lightning rocks out, wait a minute, why is it not doing my thing? 1 second here. Doing the easy way of doing this, where it like automatically goes through everyone. Told me that this had an automatic way of doing it.
Is anyone else hearing the flowing water effect?
We're by a
Is-
river.
Oh,
Yeah,
is there a
right.
flowing water effect? God damn it.
Sound effect, yeah.
I love Paizo when they add audio effects to their modules that I don't realize. I don't like them
Oh,
myself.
that's so much better.
Yes.
I didn't want to break the conversation earlier,
No,
but
yeah.
it was...
Tell me if that ever happens, because I don't like it either.
Okay.
So, either way, it didn't do the thing it usually does, so I'm just going to do it like this to get everyone rolling their reflex saves. And I'll handle it. So, I don't see any natural 20s there at all.
Oh, good.
I'm going to start with these guys, and yes, it is going down the list here, so roll your damage. The lightning chains across the battlefield. Take 38 there
It's
from
beautiful.
each of it. So, this guy failed. This guy takes full damage. This guy takes double damage as it sort of shoots through him, arcs through the tent here to this other guy here, who takes a failure, success, and then crits, or regular failure. Yep. So that, then success, I believe, was this guy. Sorry, it's a lot harder when it's not automated for me. So half of this one, fully this one. Did have to adjust the modules for a little bit because of the slowness of last session, so yeah, it's a little bit different here. So this guy crit failed, this guy failed, and success. Okay. So the one who is already stricken by Giraffe takes another hefty blow from this and is eviscerated by the lightning. It wasn't able to hold up any longer here. And then it was fail, fail, fail on these three. Then a success on the Sister of the Bloodshot Eye, who sort of shouts out,
Do not let their sorceries get the better of you. After that one.
So, Parent?
End it with a shield. Actually, no, I'm going to move.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to kind of put his back to the cage here. As he
Alright.
steps like through Kibo's face to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Climbing is a
cool.
separate action, right?
Correct, but you can change like the rest of your stride into it. So if you rush over here, you climb, and then you have remaining
was-
movement on your first stride, you can continue on top. I allow it.
Yeah, I was about to suggest that Parent climbs it to hopefully get some more distance, but it's up to him.
So, with this one here,
Alright. Get after them.
in fact, here, damage. Okay. This one, after that lightning hits them, you see a lot of them actually start howling out in anger and rage from that lightning. They go into this vengeful sort of rage from being reduced a lot on their HP. This guy does it as well. Sort of their own type of rage here. This guy here. Oops. Forget about that guy. And yes, okay. So as they fly into this rage, they're going to rush towards Parenth right here. And as they do so, they're going to make a strike with a battle axe. With this battle axe and shield in hand, they are going to make a good hit against you.
I'm gonna redemption that.
Okay. You call out to protect Parent there.
My macro?
Sorry if it's broken. Your effect is 2 plus your level, so 14 damage off of Parenth, and they are enfeebled 2, right?
Yeah, enfeebled 2.
So Parenth, you take 14 away from this for the purpose of it. Try and set that up, Kiba, but otherwise there are some little things that have changed because of the cleaning up I've done of modules and stuff. So, either way.
By the way, fun fact. Once that 2 wears off, it's going to become a 1 instead of disappearing.
Okay. I also do recall that they take 4 persistent spirit damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you sort of persistently lash back at them for daring to strike at your allies, entreating them for their redemption, they are not going to allow it to stop them. They're just going to go for another hasty strike here in their rage, and will hit as well. Parenth taking a little bit less damage because of the enfeeblement. Alright, that'll be their turn. Now, Yarmsir, over to you.
Alright, you did your job as best as you can, Kiba. It's time for us to all pitch in. Yarmsir is going to start by feeding an energy mutagen to Giraffe. Lightning. Electric.
Nothing?
Cool. I'll drag it over. This is exciting.
Alright, and then he's gonna
Tactic
proceed to sling a skunk bomb at this guy. From here.
Alrighty. So, you sling the bomb across, blasts into this Tiger Lord. Which corner do you select for the splash?
Top right.
Okay. So yeah, easy to hit them as they're so enraged by the lightning. They take that, and this one takes the 1 damage. Each of them takes a fortitude save as they're stricken by this cloud of sickening gas. One of them is actually able to push through it. The other, the one who has been in this rage, is not able to. So they are slowed 1 and sickened.
Yeah, it's slowed until they're finished being sickened. Question for my next action though. Does being occupied in the same space as another creature affect your spellcasting?
No.
Gotcha. So it shouldn't really bother Parent if Yarmsir just steps onto him.
Yeah. It's just by
Okay.
your feet you're allowed to share space. That's it. No other
Yeah.
effects.
It's a neat feat.
Like I remember there were like some extra effects that happened for people trying to swing their weapons, which makes sense.
When you don't have a feat like this.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, well, Yarmsir. Parent found a good spot. Yarmsir's gonna ape it for himself.
Okay. Adjust your token a tiny bit so that each of you can be selected. Yeah, there we go. Now, we get to a lot of these Tiger Lord barbarians. As the battle commences, this one rushes up.
That one was weak, but I'm stronger.
And as they are charging up towards you, they're actually going to sling a hatchet in the midst of their charge, making a closing volley towards you. So, as the hatchet is slung towards you through the air, you're able to sort of parry it out of the air with a clang. As that falls to the ground, they are able to make then an immediate strike with their battle axe. Though they will miss this one as well. As you've got the attention of that one, you're able to parry away their strikes. That being said, that is all 3 actions from them. We're going to go to...
Nice.
this one over here. They're going to rush down the way. not finding many other opportunities but to do another closing volley. Same thing
Hey,
as the
can I make
last
an
guy.
opportunity attack as he strides into my reach?
Into your reach, but not through it.
Oh, right. Forgot that.
So they sling this hatchet towards you. You get sort of another hatchet over your shoulder. It sort of slams into it. Does hit. Not able to respond to that one. 12 damage there. And since you were hit by the closing volley, you were flat-footed for their follow-up strike as part of this ability.
Uh-oh.
But they miss either way.
Hey, that's a critical fail. I can make an opportunity attack now.
Certainly can. As they
I love
clumsily
this
charge
ability.
up, thinking they have advantage over you, you flip around very quickly and stab towards them.
Yeah, they didn't get a deep cut with that axe.
And critically
I
strike.
did, though.
They almost run straight into your blade as they don't realize you're able to recognize that they are behind you. So, 52 points of damage.
So, I'm going to slice that damage over to the guy straight to my left.
Mhm.
And for the lightning, I want to hit the guy. I want to hit the guy behind me, and the robed woman.
Alright. As you let
Does she have a
the
name? She didn't tell us her name.
the Sister of the Bloodshot Eye, or just the
So
sister,
rude.
as the lightning crashes through and you're just this torrent of arms and lightning. Yeah, they're not having a good time trying to attack you here. That'll be their turn. There are plenty of others.
I'm loving fighter more and more. I'm glad I chose fighter.
This one takes 2 actions to rush up to Gaz and slam a axe into him. That'll be a hit. For a total of 16 points of damage. These guys don't seem to hit you too hard. They are sort of these mooks, but there are a lot of them. In fact, there are others that are rushing across the camp too, trying to make their way into the fray as well. That'll be their turn as they rush over. Now, we go to this one down here. Sort of having hid themselves a little bit next to the cavern wall there, they're going to, or the cliff wall, they're going to rush up straight into the fray to try to protect the sister and go for Kiba with a strike. Actually, they're going to do a closing volley here, so ignore this roll. I'll take a 7 on the hatchet throw because a roll already came out. They miss their hatchet throw as they're coming up, but they then do the other part of the ability to try and make a slash, but your glaive deflects every strike.
Nice.
And with that, we have a few more guys. Some of the sentries at the top of the camp start rushing their way over as well.
It's a really specific maneuver, that closing volley.
Sort of barbarian thing. Barbarians get that ability, if they have a feat for it. So, this one here. They do recognize that they have a flank with Giraffe, even as, well, they're so angry at this point that they're just going to continue attacking him with their vengeful anger. This other one also activated theirs. So, Battle Axe strikes at Giraffe. Again, Giraffe, you're able to whirl around and deflect. As they go for another strike here, they're going to miss that one. Third action, they will raise their shield up to defend themselves a little bit more, as they've really taken a lot of damage here. And with that, we go to the next guy here. Hopefully you guys start clearing these guys out, otherwise they're just going to overwhelm you. This one takes a step here just to flank a little, or, well, they're not going to get a flank here, but get a little bit closer to Gaz, and sort of shouts in their face, "What to lose, huh?" That sounded stupid, and so does his natural one. Very stupid. He failed to intimidate you in any way.
Look, I've had plenty of you people. I know how you tick.
You reach up and grab the weapon and throw it aside, or well, in their hand as they try to strike. This one here will make a closing volley towards Gaz, though. They surround you all against the bars of this cage. Though, as they try to sling this hatchet out, it sort of smacks into the wood just behind you, narrowly avoiding your face. They then, of course, go for the battle axe strike as part of their closing volley. Behind the dice, these guys are not rolling as well as they could be. Perhaps not as ready as they could be for a fight. Now we go to this last guy up here. They're going to make another closing volley towards Giraffe, so slinging their hatchet out from distance and almost chasing after it as they reach Giraffe with a hit.
Oh, that's a surprise.
13 damage there. You'll be flat-footed for this attack, so I'm just going to +2 this roll here, which actually makes it a hit.
That's a surprise?
Oh, actually, no. It does not hit because you were already off guard. Because of the flank.
Nice.
So, Just barely. Again, you whirl around to deflect this last attempt at a strike here. And now we go to the Sister of the Bloodshot Eye.
Keep them busy. This is what our brother in arms Gorham wants. He wants your rage. He wants your wrath. You're all going to feel it here.
She is going to target every single one of you guys with Infectious Wrath. I need a will save from each of you.
Oh boy.
You feel the anger and rage and sort of bitterness, resentfulness, jealousy start to come into your minds, and you realize, well, nobody would notice if I stabbed into one of my allies' backs that I didn't like in this fight, confusing you just enough to get you to do some harmful things to anybody around you.
Whoa, I'm gonna reroll that.
Wait. Confused
Fair
just
point.
makes you attack nearby people, right?
Well, it flat-foots you, forces you to attack anybody close by. If there are multiple targets in the same radius, you roll a check to see which one you actually strike, randomly.
Okay, Giraffe is sort of in the perfect position to for that to not matter.
Yeah, but it means I can't use things like
Reactions.
Yeah.
reactions or my the one I use when I'm being flanked.
Yeah, your thing. The back and forth, the flank
Yeah,
strike.
the back and forth.
Garmesir, you're able to push through. Gaz, you've had enough of Kiba, but there are threats around you, so you might strike at them. Parenth, you are also affected by this infectious wrath. Do remember, if you are under the effects of a confusion effect, if you are hit, you make a DC 11 flat check, and you might be sort of hit out of it. Kiba, you steel yourself. You need to be attentive to your allies. Can't let yourself be taken in by this rage, but Giraffe falls to it. Alright, that'll be her...
Did someone punch Parenth a few times?
That'll be...
I think the barbarians got that covered.
her first action. Her last two actions, she will begin to use to cast a spell. Now feeling as if, well, nobody's going to stop her.
These paltry wounds are nothing to us.
She will heal herself. 2 actions.
I already used my reaction.
And either way couldn't because you have the
wait,
confusion.
actually, I have a reaction to that if I can.
You're
too.
confused
Yeah,
as well.
dang it.
So, she
Alright.
did the right thing at first, sort of got you guys confused, and then was able to sort of sneak away a healing effect on herself, bringing herself up in the fight. Kiva, we go to you.
Cool. I'm not confused. I'm a little ticked off that she did that. And my glaive is ready. Flash.
Slash into her side there, will hit.
Yeah, she would still be flat-footed even though I'm confused, right?
Yes, because you're still a threat to her.
Cool.
Strike in.
Let's do another one. I made a mistake. Let's get my anthem going real quick.
Oh, yes. Wait, I need to sing. I need to get our guys going.
Wait,
As
I
all
forgot to
these
sing.
barbarians are chanting war cries and in a mishmashed fashion, trying to scare you guys. You're having none of it. You're going to show them how to really chant.
Whoa!
Critical success. The courageous anthem booming out to your allies to keep them in the fight.
Now the strike.
Another strike, another hit.
Hey.
A clean slice into her side as she's trying to duck away. You get a portion of her shoulder cut down to the, well, not to the bone, but to the flesh. New cuts to her, but she seems to be able to hold her own.
Let's find terms more favorable to us.
Gaz.
Oh, basically the entire party is in my reach except for Giraffe, so...
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, just keep
So-
your distance, I'll kill somebody.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll 1d6. A 6 just means reroll.
How would we roll a 1d7 if we were playing this in person?
You just flip a coin and you just do some fancy stuff or just declare something. Or rather, when you do that, you do like a 1d12, and then it's like 1 or 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, stuff like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, you do strike at this one, or right here.
Gotcha.
Just enough sense in your mind to not strike at your ally, at least. You pummel into them. They're able to easily dodge it. that is your target for the remainder of your strikes, so you're just gonna make some attacks.
Gotcha.
Focusing your energies upon this one. You will be hitting the second and third one because of that Courageous Anthem, actually. So, damage for both.
Nice.
It would be hilarious if the courageous anthem was what lets him hit Kiva.
That would be so funny.
And with that, do some damage to the enemies despite your confused status. We go back to Giraffe here. Giraffe, you're also confused, so
So I assume I can't use any maneuvers. It has to just be strikes.
it has to just be your basic sort of bread and butter strikes. Yes, you don't have enough sense about you to go for like strategy. You can't strategize, essentially. So there are 5 targets here. Roll 1d5. Just
Yeah.
/R space 1d5. We can do it like that too.
Oh, am I doing? I thought I was going to do them on different targets, so I rolled 3.
No. So here's the thing.
No.
We'll take the first of those 3d5. We'll take the 1d5 there. That is a 5 on your first one. So going clockwise, it was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy up in the top left. You
Okay, so he's going to take
riposted.
all 3 attacks.
Yes.
He's going to die. So, can I at least say I want to use the Momblade and the Bloodthirst twice?
Sure, yeah. That's a simple enough, like, bread and butter. Like, if I had a tiger that was also confused, it would go for a Jaws attack, then its claws, because that makes sense. Yeah. Hit on the first.
Vengeful Rage reduces my attack bonus? Oh, I'm angry
No,
about
it reduces
that.
their AC.
Yeah, their AC is reduced by 2 because of their rage.
Oh, okay. I completely misunderstood that.
Your strikes sort of sizzle with that electrical energy, added even more so by that tonic. You're able to critically strike this second attack.
Crit with the Bloodthirst, so
Mhm.
I'm going to roll 2d8 for my 10 hit points.
They are humans. You have learned this last time, striking down humans specifically. You're the only group out of my 4 who kept Bloodthirst up to this point, so you're the only one who gets the benefit of it.
There should
I'm
be
2
like an
turns.
upgrade to it. Do d10s of bleed.
Hmm.
I'm 2 turns late, but I completely forgot about
It's
poison again.
It's alright. So,
There's one. There was one on Kiba's glaive and one on Gaz's spike.
okay. So,
This is the one on the glaive, and this is on the spike.
alright, so Kiba struck at the sister, so let's go to that. Sister fails as well. She'll take the 6d6, not the 86.
Oh, I do have Agile Grace. Oh, this is freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm. So the sister does take that poison damage, and then it was Gaz against this one for the giant centipede as well. They roll 5, they fail. There's a lot of poison to go around right now.
Oh wow, that first poison makes people drop things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this guy here just
I
takes a
call it
little
the
bit.
Butterfinger.
4 damage there. And now, also, because we are on Draft's turn, at the start of his turn, we should have done the poison for this Tiger Lord to the left here, who was affected
Yeah.
by him. So that was your astringent one, right?
Yep, Astringent still.
He was at the 2nd level, now he's at the 3rd and final level of it, making him confused as well. As circulation sort of fails, they become... each round at the beginning of their turn. Okay, you're giving me a lot of work to do, but remind me for
Yeah,
that flat
sorry.
check at the start of their turns.
Gotcha. Alright.
Is your poison? Remember when they are active, so I don't forget. Either way, this guy is taking a lot of poison damage. They may fall soon. Giraffe, you struck down this one pretty well. I think that is your turn, right?
No, I have one more strike.
Oh yeah, go
My
for
third
it.
strike.
Bloodthirst is, well, thirsting upon their blood.
She's thirsty.
You strike this Tiger Lord down.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
So, as this Tiger Lord falls, another one bites the dust, even in your confused state. Your confusions end at the beginning of the sisters' turns. So,
I can't
parents.
think about that freaking song. Another one bites the dust. Without thinking about the rabbits from Rayman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I totally didn't just sing that off mic.
I did too. Don't worry.
What do you
are
want Barrett to do?
confused. So, Parent is in confusion, well aware enough that while that's going on, they don't want to have like 5 opportunity attacks hit them, so they're just going to go for bites and claws. So jaws and claws against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets. So roll 1d6. We shall determine it clockwise, with Yarmsir being the last because he's in the middle of the clock.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. This Tiger Lord to the south here. Jaws and claws.
Alrighty.
This isn't something Kiba sees every day.
This wrath of this little dragon is summoned up. You do hit them for that
I do
strike.
no damage, it's okay.
3 damage there. Okay. Still got to
Oh,
do it.
little nibbles.
Miss on that one. And you sort of rake and claw, trying to get to them, but they sort of are able to push you back after. Ow! Damn it!
A little nip.
Little nip. That'll be your turn. So, we go to this Tiger Lord here, who is slowed.
No, he doesn't. Okay, right.
He doesn't have everything. Yeah. They're going to go for Yarmosir here, if I can target him. So, let me move you out of the way so I can target there. There we go. Goes for a strike. No, just stay where you are. It's hard to do, like, to target you at all here, because it's just going to go to any of the other guys around. But it's alright. You have the ability, we'll make use of it. But they're going to miss their strikes here. Just going to go for raging strikes here, not caring much for it. Yeah, that's actually better. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I figured.
no strikes there as you're sort of like dipping through Parenth, allowing them to sort of distract them as well.
Alright, Yarmsir is going to begin his turn by provoking as many attacks of opportunity as he can, valuing a loadstone bomb and a skull bomb into his hands.
Alright. 2 of them will take, yes, just 2 of them because this guy's confused up here. So 1 will critically strike with a natural 20, so you are sliced into at the hand and it forces you to drop whatever you were doing onto the floor there.
Gotcha.
The other one makes their strike as well. At some point, these guys were going to start to roll better, and with so many of them, some of them are just going to get random natural 20s here. Get lucky.
That's fine. Yarmsir is going to pick that lodestone bomb back up and smash it into the sister's face.
Okay.
And by that I mean technically bomb right corner.
Yes, yeah. For those watching, I allow bombs to target corners and just do the 4 squares around that corner rather than being around the whole space of the creature. Because it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. So, that is a crit.
Yeah.
Right into her face.
There's no debilitating bomb on this one, so don't worry about that, but it does have a bunch of effects.
In addition, target made of metal, wearing metal armor, are using metal weapons, she does have a dagger, takes some sort of reverberating force damage as the dagger sort of shudders in her hands. You know how if you like use a sledgehammer to smash into something that's not going to move at all, it sort of reverberates through your hands. Hurts a lot. Clumsy and enfeebled.
Neat. Alright. Because he had to pick it up, that's it for his turn.
Okay, so now back to the many Tiger Lords. Not caring much that you're confused and just in their fitful rages, they're going to go for strikes against a giraffe here. Go on, take this one down! Miss there. Almost naturally went to the 14. You are off guard, so it will hit.
Oh no.
And then final strike will miss. Critically miss, but you are... Actually, take the 22 damage and roll a flat DC 11 check. You can find the DC 11 in the bottom right there. The dice tray. So, before their last attack comes out, you're sort of knocked out of your confusion, you have your reaction back, and they critically missed.
But I'm not parrying.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm sad.
Either way, gets you a little bit back with your senses here, and we go to this guy who is going to continue to attack Gaz. Tries to shout him down. Alright, time to kill this one. 26 against your will DC, 31. Yeah, they're not frightening to you. Strike and strike, miss and miss there. That'll be their turn. Going on to the next. It is a couple of guys, I believe, if I can zoom out. There we go. That are still rushing into the fray here. This one is going to make a closing volley at Giraffe. Sort of throwing aside this other body here as they rush up this volley, which will hit, certainly, but not crit because they don't have a flat foot on you. The hatchet sort of slings into your shoulder, bashes into it, sort of throws you off a little bit, so you're going to be flat-footed for this attack coming in. The battle axe, which will hit. So Giraffe, you take that 9 and you take that 20.
Already?
Going to this guy here. They are going to strike down at Kiba, trying to keep them at bay here.
Yeah, thank you.
So many enemies, some of them are just going to make very simple rounds of their attacks here. Just strike out as much as they can with one hit against you, Kiba. 18 damage there, that'll be that one's turn. Next on the list is this guy up in the top left. I am lagging a lot when I switch. It's just probably because it's a large combat here. This guy's going to rush up. Sorry?
Probably my fault, my aura.
Oh, yeah, I
I
suppose.
have no
maybe.
idea, actually.
It's only doing it when I switch the turn, so it's just because there's just so many people in the turn order. This guy does hit you, Giraffe, for another 18. A lot of them sort of rushing around you, ganging up on you. You're not able to deflect all the attacks that come out. This guy here is confused. He has 1, 2,
This
3,
one will need
4,
to
5,
make
6,
flat
7.
check.
Flat check for the DC 5,
dropping
yes.
his weapon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So as his veins are sort of betraying him, he's able to sort of keep his grip. He's going to roll a 1d6 for everybody around him, see who he hits. So he's going to hit his ally up here, actually. 3 simple strikes with the battle axe. And I believe that only one of them hits. The other 2 just narrowly miss his ally. Hey, focus your blade on them! Instead. I think I need a drink of water. But either way, I am rambling on for my DMing stuff here. Yes, this guy here. They're going to go for strikes against Gaz. Yes. 3 strikes. If they hit any of these, roll DC 11 flat check, Gaz.
Will do.
They roll 1 hit. 11 there. You are freed from the confusion. At least a little bit before the sister's turn. Only one of them hit, so you only roll once. You only roll if you're actually damaged. Yeah. So, you did free yourself from it, so let's get the confusion off there. There we go. They're gonna go for another series of attacks against you. Again, having you back against this cage here doesn't give you a lot of room to defend yourself. 1 hit comes in. 18 damage there.
I think this cage is more defensible than most other positions we could have taken.
Yep.
Not too bad. So this guy up
Flanked at least.
here, yeah, preventing a lot of flank. Backs to the wall there. All of you lined up, fighting against them, holding them off. Hit on this attack to you, Giraffe. And I believe no other hits there. Giraffe, you do take this damage here. 10 damage.
Alrighty.
So, now, to the Sister of the Bloodshot Eye once more.
You roll to drop a weapon.
Yes. So, DC 5. It is a success, so she does not drop it there. Also, if anybody else is confused, Parent, you can remove your confusion there, as it comes around to her turn once more. As those flakes of force energy still sort of go up her arm from the blade, she's going to try to rush away, getting a better position for herself.
Darn.
Confusion fell off, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Draft doesn't have his
already
reaction.
did a reaction. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah.
Gaz might? Does Gaz have reactions?
I have a reaction, but it needs a concentrate action.
Ah, okay. It needs to be. Alright. As they rush over here,
I prefer to allow my servants to get bloody. I call you from the depths.
That's
Make
not
it
good.
last night.
That's not good.
okay. I
Reaction.
will. Oh. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have turned off the bestiary for a summoner. Probably would help.
Does she have enough actions to do that?
Oh, right, no, yeah, that's 3 actions. Never mind, she shouldn't be able to
Yeah.
do it anyway. That saves me. Alright. So,
Weird rules.
she is instead going to... Ah, yes. This repulsive wave sort of shoots out from her, reverberating against anybody who tries to get closer. So, a creature must attempt will save its within you when you cast a spell. This is a 40-foot emanation. So, like so. I need everyone to make a will save.
Wait, the confusion effect says that you can't use reactions, not that you lose your reactions, right?
Yeah, you never lose your reactions. No.
So I never lost or used my reaction,
Yeah.
so I could use it to make an attack against her.
Yeah, it just suppresses it. It doesn't make you like lose an action like a stun. So you could
Cool.
have attacked her if
Is
she
the window
ran by.
passed for that? Because I didn't realize.
You
I thought I.
tossed at a guy when he missed you. That was your reaction. Remember, you got cleared
So,
of confusion?
Gareth, that was
wasn't
before.
parrying.
That was before.
That was her turn before, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the
Yeah, that was what I was
confusion
thinking
prevented
when I
him
was-
from doing any reaction. So, yes, you can make a strike at her as she rushes by because you can't stop her with a crit anyway. It doesn't stop move actions. So, no matter what, she will still be doing this repulsion. You do critically strike her as she
Unless
rushed
this
by.
kills her.
Doubtful. But still, a lot of damage to her, 62.
Ooh.
As she was rushing by, she would have been right here. You could cleave that into any of these two.
The one that's near death.
Okay. So the cleave goes into them, which would be 8 and 8 doubled, of course. So that's 16. That's enough to kill this one.
He was
Cool.
waiting for us.
And then the lightning into the one next to Parenth. And the one next to Kiba.
Okay. 10 there. Or wait, no, it's not 10. It's 4, 4, and 8. So this guy should get 2 back. Then 8 to this guy. Alright, so she still rushed away, got to her distance here, and was able to send off this repulsion. Let's look at your will saves here. So, guys, you succeeded enough to push through it. Kiba, you crit succeeded because your resolve thing as well. Parenth, you succeeded. Yarmsir, you failed. And Giraffe, you failed. So on Yarmsir and Giraffe, I'm going to put the extempore effect. And if you succeeded... So Parenth is the only one who treats it as difficult terrain, but can move forward. Giraffe and Yarmsir, you cannot move in her direction. You can only move away. Alright. Kiba,
It's in character.
go to your turn. Oh, and she gets the persistent. I don't know why it rolls twice. Oh, is that why? Come on. I have the stream chat as assistant GM, but for some stupid reason it doesn't work with assistant GM and rolls things twice automatically. Anyway,
Oh, are you serious?
yeah. Doesn't actually work, but that's the way I'm showing the chat. The blind checks is the stream chat is listed as an assistant GM so it can see it itself. Either way, Kiba, over to you.
I'm gonna run past 4 enemies.
Okay, these two here have already taken their reactions. So it's only going to be this one and this guy here, the Tiger Lords. Where do you think you're going? Miss there. And a hit from one of them. So that's 23 damage to you. You take a little nick on the side as you rush past.
Nice.
Oh, you triggered the guy above me too.
No, they already took their reaction.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool. I'm in range. Here we go.
Striking out, natural 20. Easily
Love that.
enough. You didn't expect that her spell failed, and you're able to rush up to her, sling the burning blade into her shoulder, cutting her down pretty severely.
You should move her closer to me.
Yeah. At this point, probably just the square in front of me, I guess.
Okay, sort of hooking the glaive behind her, pulling her closer.
And the follow-up.
Follow up 15,
Left,
easily hits.
That was another 20.
She gets close, you're able to sort of like bonk her on the side with the wooden shaft of the blade.
There's my 3.
And keep her close. So, Gaz, over to you. Now freed from that confusion, what do you want to do?
She has to roll poison as well.
Doesn't she roll... Oh yeah, she rolls poison on Gaz's
Kiba's
turn.
turn.
No,
she was
Kiba
hit by
applied it.
Kiba.
Yeah, okay.
Kiba
Yeah,
was the
roll
one applied
the
it.
roll the thing in the chat there for us. There we go. That is going to be a success on her part. She does get free of that effect.
Okay.
Now the
Yes.
question is, do I leave Pernth alone next to all of these mooks? Because I
He's a
could
dragon. He could take care of himself. Oh, the centipede venom.
You guys
On this
are
guy, yeah.
on each other's turns here. You could delay between each other if any one of you needs to do something first.
I don't exactly need to do something first. First up, I will do a free action. The start of my turn. Clockwork Celerity.
All right.
So basically, I get an extra action, and I get to do an unstable check.
Mm-hmm. So it sort of winds up quicker and quicker and quicker. It sort of bursts out, sort of fizzes out so badly that it's gonna backfire and hurt you.
Brilliant. Anyway, I will use one of my actions to overdrive.
Okay. Trying to get the gears spun into action, but they only spectacularly fail.
Yes.
It's gas. What goes with gas more than failing overdrives critically?
It must have been the teleportation, something about the magics messed up your technology. It's just blowing up in your face.
I like how the DM's just like casually blaming Parenth.
I will close the distance and use my very cinched machinery to do 2 strikes.
Okay. As you try, though, it hurts, it's burning in your hands. You try to make a strike, but you can't do so. Another strike will miss as well.
Truly the turn of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that.
On this guy
Venom
here?
roll. On
Yes.
this guy, yeah.
So he does take the next level. Actually, that's a crit failure, so he gets stage 3. Clumsy and fatigued. 4 damage. But the major effect of this is that fatigue that's gonna make things a lot harder for him. So he's -1 status penalty to AC and saving throws.
I'd say this is going very well for us.
Kiba, how did you
Wait a
move?
minute, how you moved?
Yeah, how?
I don't know
Huh?
how. Just put yourself back there. So, Giraffe, over to you.
Okay, I'm going to double slice the barbarian to my east,
Mhm.
and then parry. And hopefully, I can get some crits.
Sure thing.
I really
Oh,
don't
no
want a
heaven.
fiend on us next turn.
Yeah, but I don't have the dexterity to throw my weapons effectively. So,
That's fair. We still have 2 people left who can maybe take her out.
she's near death, so we should be fine. I'm sure Parenth has something funny. Right.
Go for your attack.
I was waiting for it to load.
Oh, okay. That is a hit. She starts slicing and dicing into this guy. It'll take 31 damage. And another quick strike is a natural 20 to him. It's thrown to the side. You're able to slice towards his neck as his head is slung away for 30 damage there.
And the bleed.
Keep doing that.
2d8. Particular taste for humanoid blood.
Human blood.
Human, yes. Alrighty.
Then, for my last action, I'm going to parry. That should be my turn.
Dropping into a defensive stance there. Not too bad to be surrounded. You can strike always back to them. Parenth, over to you.
I am going to drain bonded item.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Chain Lightning again.
Alright, so these two Near you. Does fatigue stop reactions? No, they just can't
they
take
used them
exploration. Oh yeah, it hasn't been a full round until
Yeah.
their turn. Okay, yeah.
Nope.
So, I'm gonna have to fix this on the break, but I'll just do it manually here.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's my fault. I thought something was working, and it wasn't. And the only way to tell half the time is just run the game and see what breaks.
Oh,
I do
no.
see a natural 20 in there somewhere. So, tell me what your route was, real quick.
It was down to the 4 guys below me.
So, 4 guys below you first, so through them. Let me see where those
And
guys are on
that's
the list.
Crit success. Because that's the 4th one.
No. That's
it's like this
if I
guy's
hover over these
over
guys,
here.
it tells me which ones actually are to each check here. So I'm not gonna apply the natural 20 to one who didn't roll it themselves.
Okay, so my path was to the 4 guys below me, then up, and
Mhm.
then like through
Then
the
these
line,
4.
basically.
Okay.
So
Did you?
she would have been last.
She would have been last. Did you go for this guy and then the rest of these? So like down
Yes,
through
it would
these
have
guys and then up
been-
through.
yep,
So
these
it will
4, then
stop.
up round.
It will stop at this guy because he's the actual token that rolled that natural 20 there.
Gotcha.
Whoa. Even
So-
worse.
Shoots down there, slings across the battlefield, through everyone it can, but that last Tiger Lord's able to sort of duck away, seeing what's happening to his allies. Unfortunate, because the sister was a natural 1. But either way, let's look at these guys here. As I go through, it's failure, failure, and crit failure, so one after the other. 61 damage is a lot to be doing as well, as this guy down here takes 120 damage. They are jolted to death instantly by it. The other one takes 60, the other one takes 120 again. They are dead as well, as they are turned almost to ash by it. Let's go up top here. It is this guy who's a failure. It's rude to say that, but anyway. Then it is success, critical failure. So it is failure, crit failure, success for my purposes. Failure to this guy, 120, then half and half here. Alright. So as it blasts through their ranks, a lot of them falling to it, the rest sort of roaring into a angry, vengeful rage as they are struck by it. So I need to make sure that these guys are affected by vengeful rage as they've gone below 100 HP. And yeah, there's not a lot of them left at this point. Apparently got one more action.
I'm trying to decide my path of escape here.
Yeah, that's chain lightning again.
I can't.
Do it.
Maybe later. Quicken action. Or quicken casting chain lightning after chain lightning.
I was really tempted to do it to start out this combat too. I am going to try to. Can I go diagonal through 2 enemies?
Yes. This guy, though, hasn't taken the reaction, so they will strike.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go up this way.
Actually, it would
Is
be
it
2 of
closer
them
to
there.
her?
So,
Redemption.
Glimpse of Redemption, you call out to defend Parenth against this one guy, the closer guy, who does strike in. 24. Will be enfeebled 2. This guy at this
Did
point
I
was
successfully
enfeebled.
apply the effect to you?
Yes, I have it.
Oh, yes,
I have
nice.
2 of them. Let me just get rid of 1.
And the way you did the Persistent Spirit doesn't work, but I can just add
Yeah.
it manually. No problem. I'll fix it
I
during the
did
break.
not figure that out.
I got it.
I'm trying to figure out movement speed here.
So
Difficult
5,
terrain.
15. You're walking. So you're walking forward towards her here. So that is a total of 20
10.
movement in there, or
So
actually
that's- it'd be 10.
10, and then 20 because this is another diagonal. So that's plus 5. So you're at
Okay.
20 move right now.
So I have Tailwind on me, so my speed is 35.
Okay, you got 15 more. Rush along the cage.
Yeah,
Huddled,
he's just trying to get away from people.
Mhm.
That's his turn.
Huddled prisoners still frightened by the actions of this combat, but not too many Tiger Lords left. This one's still sickened. I'm going to move the Armiseer back to the proper space there. This one's going to be angrily striking into the Armiseer. That skunky crap. Still sickened by it, still slowed. Does get a strike in here. You do take 20. but you have a chance to respond. Go to your turn.
Alright. How hard is it exactly to climb up this cage?
So it'd be a very, I would say it's going to be a DC 15. Athletics check.
Gotcha. Acrobatics can be used for climbing?
You know that I will never say yes to that. Acrobatics is for
Gotcha.
balance, for sort of like, yeah. Athletics is pulling yourself up, doing climbing. Climb action
Alright,
declares for one.
Alright, in that case, Yarmsir is going to leave the skunk bomb on the ground as he volleys to himself Lodestone bomb and another skunk bomb. And just leaving himself to take a hit if
Mhm.
necessary.
Yes, this guy would take a strike out at you. The other one will stay. They won't make a strike. Yeah, hit.
I think this one already used his reaction anyways, but anyway,
Either way. Mhm.
he's going to go ahead and go for another Lodestone bomb. He can't. He doesn't have the leverage to just smash it into your face this time, but hopefully that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, slinging the bomb out. That definitely hits. Takes another crack of this lodestone across her shoulder, sort of reverberates into her for 10 damage there, and will continue to be clumsy and enfeebled by it. Oh, she did succeed on her persistent damage, so put that out for me so I can put it on her. There we
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Back on.
So,
And he really wants to finish her. Skunk bomb next.
mm-hmm.
Fly with the map.
This time, though, it's a natural one.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Sort of baseball
uh,
swing. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, the hero point menu isn't showing up when I right click. Can I just
Yeah, just, yeah. If things are broken, just do it the manual way. You guys know. Well,
No.
another natural one. So,
Well, you don't want that to happen, okay.
it was not meant to be. You try to reorient your strike, but it just goes wide, too wide there. Oh, this is
Oh,
actually...
that's it for Yarmsir's turn.
Alright. So, the last of the barbarians are still in this fray here. They do see that the witch is being struck here. This guy takes... Yeah, I need to fix that. That's probably what's slowing it down, that there are 2 GMs that are being prompted for that. I'll have to fix that for next time, though, because I want the watchers to actually see the blind checks. I'll have to figure out a different way. 16 damage to you, Kiba. It's a
That's
starting
more like
striking.
it. Come on, bring it on.
We show you what we can do. Since we're the survivors, we're the toughest.
Another 19. It is
You guys have been dropping pretty fast.
few more scratches.
Oh yes, it's survival of the fittest.
Survival of the ones I haven't attacked yet.
We'll see about that.
This one takes a step to go into a flank against you. They miss with a natural 1.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna make a reactionary attack against him. I'm waiting for it to load. Is he on my left?
Yes.
Why does it get so slow sometimes?
I'll have to figure that out, but it's also just a big fight. Big fights can get slow.
There we go.
Mhm. Eight on the dice is a crit because they're in this vengeful rage. They don't care much for their own health or well-being. You sense them coming up behind you. You sling the blade around. You parry with one and stab straight into them with the other. And they fall to the ground. Dead.
Wow, he was talking shit for nothing. Oh wait.
Nothing there.
There it goes.
Sorry, there goes your monetization.
It's fine.
Ship's already sailed this session.
There's only one option for the axe damage, so that'll go to this guy.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Make sure that this guy's out of combat. It is very slow because it is... Yeah, it's definitely because it's doubling up on the GM side things where it, like, detects who is taking spirit damage and such.
Some kind of weird recursive call. That's
Yeah.
fun.
But I can fix that. So, Giraffe, Yarmsir... Are we missing any poisons, Yarmsir? Make sure to go to this guy.
No, all the ones who were poisoned died because of
Okay.
the poison.
Yeah, I'll make sure this guy gets their cleave here.
Yeah, get the cleave to him, and then get the electricity, the arcing electricity damage to the guy exactly north of me and the guy exactly east of me.
Okay. That stuff has been adding up. That's a lot so far.
Yeah, it's a lot. I love that lightning rune. I
Mhm.
love it so much.
So this
He
one
just
here.
fits in with the sweeping axes.
Mm-hmm. Sparking sweeping strikes. Yarmsir, you're swept into as this fatigued, slowed down one doesn't let the poison stop them. Their vengeful rage making this strike crack into your back there. Takes a lot out of you.
I am in pain.
And another solid strike, but not a crit this time. For another 17. Still up, but they're gonna try one more. 19 is going to be another hit exactly because they're in this sort of frothing rage. You weren't able to sort of head them off, stop their strikes. You go down from that last one, dying one. That's more like it.
But like a Hydra, that one.
So this guy here, I'm gonna move this guy out away. I'm gonna start deleting tokens actually. Do they have loot on them? Yeah, actually I shouldn't delete just yet. Either way, this guy here, he is going to take the step over the body of the other guy. Well, that one was weak. And I'm stronger.
You'll look a
boy.
bit worse for wear than he did.
38 damage though, he cracks through your guard. You weren't fast enough to stop this other attacker.
Oh my goodness, they're dealing double digits of damage to me.
But there's a lot of them. A lot of them dealing a lot of small bits of damage. So, just two more here, as I am struggling to zoom out. There we go. This guy. He is going to do a... Did this guy do a closing volley? I don't think he did. So he's going to do a closing volley for Gaz. Slinging off a hatchet, sort of getting it from his pocket and immediately throwing it as he rushes up. But misses on that, and then we'll go for a melee strike. This should be at map 5, but it doesn't matter because it's a crit. So Gaz, once again, it gets you off guard. 32 damage. You guys are sort of like pulling away from your defenses at the cage there, and all of a sudden they can sort of swarm around you all. Makes it a tougher fight. This guy here will go for
Come over here and get me, buddy.
simple attacks. Doesn't care. He's going for Giraffe.
What in the world?
Natural 20 there. You guys knew what was going to happen with so many enemies. They're going to just get lucky sometimes. Another nat 20 to use, Giraffe. 28 damage. Not that much for a nat 20.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for the dice to roll on my end.
Ah, yeah. Do it
So
whenever
just
you
the
can.
32?
Just the... No. It's the 28 damage that hit you there.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
wait for it to appear.
So, as we get to her turn, she tries to summon up a little bit of healing magic, but she's out of it, it seems.
These stupid underlings. I should have never allowed Armag to trust these cowards. Oh, it doesn't matter. If they get in the way, so be it.
She makes a 30-foot cone of shadowy energy emanate out from her here. So I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
remove her little aura for a moment so I can actually see where it's going. I'm going to need a reflex or will save for the Shadow Blast because it's a varying, I forget the Shadowfell, but it's not really the Shadowfell here, it's the Shadow Plane. So you can choose either to disbelieve the magic because it is sort of summoned up out of nowhere of the sort of stuff of the Shadow Plane, or you can just try to reflex save out of it.
This spell is fake news.
Yeah. And Parent, roll your Cataract as we're going along here as well.
Well, never mind.
I'm gonna go with reflex.
We are at 8:30, so you want to
PR. Oh, thank goodness.
0 points.
Sorry, which save did you say? I was trying to.
It's
reach
will or reflex, either
Thank you.
or. Mhm.
Yeah,
Whichever's
here
best.
unconsciously disbelieves it.
Mhm. It's sort of your subconscious. Still
Nice.
working for it. 31.
Feels a little low.
She's a powerful caster. Try to push
That's
through.
better.
Kiba, you allow it to just flow right by you, this vortex of force. Doesn't affect
3
you.
in a row.
Gaz, unfortunately, you fail, at least not critically fail. I'm going to go through you guys first, and then we're going to do the same throws of the enemies, because they're being affected by it too. Yarmasir, you are hit by it. That's not a crit fail, so you're at dying 2 now. Giraffe, you fail as well. But Parenth was able to counteract, sort of pull away the threads of this shadow with his own shadowy siphon, and...
Shadow cannibalism, or
Mhm.
whatever. Spell cannibalism.
Send it right back to the Shadowfell.
Yes, so it does mean that you guys take half of whatever your result is anyway. So if you fail, you take still half. Either way, so Giraffe, you're taking 12, Gaz, you're taking 12, and Kiba dodged, and everyone else is just enemies. Alright. So it does mean the enemies will take less damage, but I'm just going to have them all roll reflex saves, I think. Or actually, no, their
Right.
will is
You
actually
should have them.
much better.
You should have them roll reflex.
Just to make this easier, I'm gonna roll from this guy because nobody else is gonna be a different roll here. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going like a snake, down and then back up through these guys here. Alright. So, that is a lot of failure, a lot of crit failure. This guy succeeds, he'll take half. So half of half is going to be 6. Now, this guy here takes twice, so he actually takes full damage, so 24. This guy here, 35, 20, 24, that's still a crit failure, so he takes full damage. He's down to 0. One of them is sort of overtaken by this powerful, forceful, shadowy blast there. So that is that. 27 is a success, so they take half damage. Or rather, still a failure, but they take half because of the Shadow Siphon. And then the 2 remaining are 20 and 34, so this guy takes full, this guy takes half of half. Full damage there. And half of half, which is 6. Just surviving barely this one here. That'll be her turn.
Not dead yet.
Well,
Ollie.
the cocktail of persistent damage.
Mm-hmm. She does have a lot of burning and persistent force surging through her. So, yeah, I have to fix that at some point. Alright, but 7 damage
Though
from the
that
flames.
The DM would hate persistent damage.
Oh no, I mean, I have a party of 3 that do, like, triple the amount of persistent damage you guys do.
Oh, I guess you have it automated, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not bad.
She's still burning up, but still surviving. Kiba, over to you.
Let's see if I can do a fatal blow to her before I take care of Yarmus here. We've got
I'll be
one hero
fine.
point.
Slashing towards her with a 19, that'll be a critical strike.
Run.
As
Kill.
you slice into her, it cleaves right across her chest, and it's a deep gash that burns.
Kiruna, guide our child.
But she dies at that. And with that, the rest of the Tiger Lords look to their dead sort of matron here, all of them very, very badly hurt.
Oh, shit. Let's get out of here. Who cares about what they're searching for?
Cool. In that case, yeah. Since that was only one action, then I can just easily bring Yarmus here up with no risk whatsoever.
Yes. And with that, the rest of them begin running, sort of throwing down their arms, fleeing from you guys. You can do whatever you want to do if you want to chase them down. But, well, it's up to you.
Am I taking them down?
Let him run. Not worth it.
There's no honor in fighting a fleeing foe.
Yarmsir has no input.
So, as the sister falls, as you guys are healing up a little bit, this is where we'll take a quick 5-minute break.
Sounds great.
We'll be back on the stream in a bit.
You guys have no idea how much I just wanted to fireball them as they ran away together.
I can't do that, but I can't
What
stop
time?
you either.
Okay, so each of these Tiger Lords we killed has a +1 striking battle axe worth 100 gold points.
Heck.
We're rich.
We're rich!
Fireball them, parents. They have more battle axes.
Parent fireballs them.
roll the reflex.
Parent does have a fireball has a 500-foot range for whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
roll all their reflexes. See who survives.
That was a joke.
2 crit fails, 2 fails.
The party grills barbarians for their equipment.
That
That's
was a
automatically
terrible
dead.
damage roll.
This guy is dead. Still, as yet. Crit fail is on this guy. I think he dies too, yeah. Don't loot anything while I'm doing this real quick, so that
sorry.
the chat doesn't jump around.
I was like, I need this loot.
It's in character for parent. It's fine.
This guy would be...
The rest of us, we're just looking away.
This guy... Does he die? Yes, he does. 3 of them die from this blast. 2 of them, smoky, charred, are able to rush away. This guy takes like half damage. Succeeded. But yeah.
Now they'll definitely never come back.
Alright, yeah. We'll continue with the break. So,
Sorry.
I've got to do one thing that'll reload the server here. But first I'm going to make sure these tokens just don't have like stuff on them. That'll speed things up.
Just carrying around 50 battle axes.
We're gonna sell them all. I can carry them. My max bulk's 8. My max bulk is 18.
Couldn't parents just take the runes off of them?
Over
make
the
it
course
easier.
of time, though, yeah. You would have the opportunity to do something with them when you get back, but yeah.
Can we forge them all together into a +20 rune?
I'll be right back.
That's not a serious question.
Yeah.
I hope you know.
Can't wait for us to come back from break and then we start some party drama over stuff that we all goaded parent into doing out of character.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yarmos should take that armor out of the stash and use it.
He already has one that's basically the same.
Wouldn't this increase your AC by 1?
Let me see. +2 armor, right?
Yeah, I think it was a +2, but it's showing as a +1 for some reason.
Yeah. I already have a +2 thing.
Oh. Yeah, well, parents will probably take the rooms off of that one then, once we're out of here and safe.
Yeah, makes sense. If any rumors
It's
are
already
still
fixed.
lacking the +2.
I am over encumbered.
We have a bag of holding. Just put it in
How
the
do you-
party inventory.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure I got them all. I mean, there's a +1 striking wounding dagger with 440. I'll leave her loot a little.
Do we have
Sorry.
everyone back here?
I'm here now.
I'm not sure if Dixon's here.
Okay. We can. Oh yeah, there we go.
Hello.
Let's go back in. And we are back. There we are. So, let me get some music going.
I can't tell if green-haired lady is something we missed or if that's still like upcoming eventually.
You just don't know?
Got 1,000 GP worth of axes.
You have a problem, sir.
What? No. You threw that fireball. You got us another 300 GP. That's
Wait,
on
did you just-
you.
Did you just
You
cast
threw
a
the
fireball at those retreating warriors?
It's for
How
our
could you-
own. It's for our own safety. What if they went and warned others?
Ugh.
2 of them got away. Are you gonna let them get away? No, you gotta shoot another fireball.
They're too far away.
So, as we get back into things, give yourselves 200 experience points. Slaughtering the whole camp.
Oops.
Whoops.
They kind of had it coming.
Hmm.
They have prisoners, so yeah.
Wish we had Ballista here.
Is that a character? I assume, not like a literal ballista.
No, it's literal ballista from the beginning of the game. Remember?
I'm sorry, my brain sometimes doesn't do
We
that.
shot fleeing bandits with the ballista.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
We sure did.
Good times.
You hear from the cage. Hey, good job, but we need to get out of here before
We
more of
sure
them show
do.
up.
I'm very sorry you all had to see that.
We're not going to complain.
We're gonna need some information from you guys, though, before you leave.
Before
Well,
they leave.
Yes.
Perhaps the information after the leaving.
There's something else to take care of here still.
Well, they've been talking about this cave they brought us to. They sent in some of the other prisoners that weren't hostages.
Well, I'm glad we got here in time before you all were sent in.
Luckily
yes.
enough, they seem to have thought that those prisoners wearing the plate armor that were dragged in the camp were more suitable as fodder for whatever's inside.
Wait a minute.
Prisoners of war, as it sound like.
We've seen those armors before, haven't we?
You have?
It's the other people. The team.
Still gleaming a little bit through the dirt and muck as they are sort of slung up on these posts.
The
Or
Iron
suits of
Wraiths.
armor.
It's what they call themselves, yes, the Iron Wraiths. They were adventurers, I was told by a couple of them, but they took their armor and weapons and they just sent them inside with nothing more than a club in hand. I doubt they've survived. As many of the Tiger Lords have not exited that place.
Do you have any idea what's going on in there?
I have no idea. All I know is that some of those sisters of the Bloodshot Eye and Armag himself stepped in the other day.
So there's something in there that's probably killing these people, then. Which means they probably haven't got whatever they were trying to get out of there yet.
Perhaps not. But that just means they're all inside still.
Hmm. Well, let's lick our wounds, then we can go investigate.
Yes.
None of these people are warriors. We can't
Well,
just send
not
them off
them.
on their own.
I trained with my father. I can protect these people. Just give me a sword or an axe from one of these Tiger Lords and we'll be on our way.
Not wanting to hand over the valuable axe. we can.
Thank you. It should be enough to defend these people from any small animals. We'll keep to the shadows. I know my way around these regions. We'll be safe, I promise.
If we
Yeah,
have your
especially with
assurances
the-
of it, then we can let you go.
Oh, but... Well, I just don't recognize you. What has happened in Drelev for them to send you?
We're allies from Skillport to the east.
Allies? Drelev
In a manner
hated
of
you,
speaking.
Oh, well, he did.
but not anymore?
It's
And what has
surely you
happened to
can
my
put-
father?
We are allied with Amicus Strewn.
Amicus?
wait.
Amicus.
Tell it to me straight. What has happened? Is my father free?
Your father is free.
Yes, your father's free.
And Drelev is dead.
Yeah, he
Dead.
tried to kill us.
Well, I couldn't have imagined any other fate for him. Thank you for freeing my father, then.
Oh yeah, we kind of ran into him while we were when they were trying to lock us up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. For once.
Well, thank you, and, well, that makes me more confident in actually going back, because I wouldn't be entering a friendly place if Drelev was still there. Oh yes, I'll guide them back. Thank you. They step away.
May the gods guide you.
Parent is taking this time to rearrange his spell list, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah, my main priority right now is just making sure that we're not dying. Yeah.
I will say, over the course of an hour, you guys could get up to full health. Just by redoing Lay on Hands, doing Gaz's medicine checks, stuff like that. Just to make it expedient.
Man, I love having characters like that in the group. Someone with medicine, just to max out your health between encounters. If you
It's
have
kind
the
of
time.
non-mandatory in this system.
Mm-hmm. It kind of is, but it's also like, if you don't do medicine with anybody, you would be doing something else, and maybe that would be better. Yeah.
Potions cost gold, but like you could like make potions. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have groups that make do without like a very dedicated medicine person.
So this armor and the weapons over here, is anything magical?
Oh, certainly. You look up at all of them. Each of the suits, with their weapons sort of strewn down below them, seems to be valuable. And heavy, but you're able to bring them
Yo,
down.
full plate
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
plus 6 AC bonus.
So, one of the armors has a +2 striking shock warhammer. All of the armors are +1 full plates. And the other armors, one has a vitalizing composite shortbow, which is the positive energy damage rune. It's a +1 striking returning trident. And finally, strangely, there is a horn of blasting on the final one.
That sounds like a nice replacement for the Ring of Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Should we leave this stuff here just in case we find them alive, or should we just...
Look. We should respectfully use the weapons in their armor.
Only the ones that are of immediate use, though. None
Yeah,
of this
like-
looks many better than your Mount Belay.
No, but like the trident, I can throw it decently well. It's not my preference, but like having something I can throw.
Does this trident call down lightning where it lands?
I wish. Doesn't seem to.
Use a shock rune for that.
Kiba, there's
That'd
a
be pretty
horn.
cool, though.
You should take it.
Honor the dead.
Intriguing.
Honor their legacy.
And loot
If I were
their
to borrow
corpses.
it, don't think this is the sort of item that would get used up. It should be okay to borrow this for the time being.
Yeah.
While we're kind of resting, is there anything else in this camp of value, really?
Not really. It's just, barbarians, items, equipment, and such.
Mundane stuff.
Mundane, yes. So, once you guys have looted this stuff, if you're not doing it yourself, just throw it in the party inventory.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the bags of holding can handle the plates.
Yeah. Yep. Parents audio a little bit. But I think you guys have looted down these full plates, taken them to the ground, and you look around the rest of the camp. The only notable place is now that cavernous entrance right there.
Oh, I assumed it was to the north.
Kind of having a quick look around for any other barbarians, but you don't see any.
Totally not just like filling in all the gaps in the map to satisfy myself.
Well, I only see one way to go. Are you all ready?
As I'll ever be.
It's like coming home.
It looks really tight in there.
Does start to
Like I
narrow.
said, it's like coming home.
As you guys enter, I'm gonna move you guys to a new scene.
It's a good
Oh, boy,
thing
squeeze
Parent
action.
isn't very big, like Pyrite is. Alright, none of the viewers will know who Pyrite is. So live with that mystery, because I'm not gonna say.
So, get some music going as you guys enter these catacombs.
Yeah, it's nice that Parrot isn't as large as Matongo. Oh no, the viewers know that.
I was tempted to take the size increase, but I feel that'd be kind of worthless for a wizard.
It'd be pretty
Probably
funny, though.
just make a more,
Juicy target.
juicy, yeah.
Juicy.
I mean, it might be nice if you were playing like a touch spell based caster.
Touch the wizard, you die.
Aberrant bloodline sorcerer. Get some nice tentacle reach.
As you guys enter this area here, you find that the little cavern actually breaks into what seems to be a built-out section here. All around you are dusty, decrepit surroundings. The walls seem as though they were sort of chiseled and carved out of a very sort of rich iron ore vein. They all have these sort of rusty edges to them. Think like if you made your Minecraft house and didn't extract the ore in the Minecraft house. Anyway. And it does have that sort of rusted, almost like old blood look to it to appeal to this tomb of a warlord. There are sconces on the walls without torches within them, and cobwebs filling the gaps in the corners of the rooms. You also see 3 statues in this room. One of them seems to be of a sort of lightly armored individual wielding a staff. The second one seems to be wielding sort of a banner, or sort of like some sort of like ruler's rod, like a king's scepter or something like that, and has a crown up top their head. The third one seems to be a brute of a man, sort of with a shawl of a bearskin carved onto the top of the statue with a great axe in hand. And 2 doors lie in wait.
I feel like there's a puzzle here. But then again, if this is a tomb for a barbarian, would it not have a puzzle?
We
Don't
found
make
a tomb.
assumptions.
I believe we found a
I
tomb
know
in the
that's
past.
it's mean to
It
make
had
an
a
assumption like that.
found a tomb in the past, and it had a trap in it. So we would assume that it's probably a similar situation here. So tread carefully.
Is there anything magical radiating from these statues at all?
Nothing magical as you try to detect magic. However, there is a sort of soft, subsuming magic all throughout the walls and doors of this place. As if the stone walls, the sort of iron doors are enchanted in some way.
Hey guys, can we wait 10 minutes so I can figure out what this magic is?
I suppose so.
We already waited an hour, so go ahead.
I'm going to switch out a spell for Read Aura.
Okay. So, as you take the time to sort of retrain your mind for this new spell for the day, gain the effects of this Read Aura spell, and advise you about the organs +2 to identify magic on the item. So yeah, roll me an Arcana check for the walls and doors.
Just trying to get a general feel if it's safe to be here.
Hmm. The walls and doors seem to have abjuration magic suffused into them, making it difficult or even of causing a backlash of magic should you try to affect the walls in some way to, dig through them in some manner or use magic to open a doorway through them. You get the feeling that they're enchanted against those effects.
Mining fatigue.
Yes.
That's not so bad.
Don't try to break down any of these walls. I think you're going to get a nasty little surprise if you do.
That's good to know.
The
We'll
doors
make an effort not to do so.
and the doors look a little bit different with the magic. They seem to have abjuration, but you're not sure exactly what the properties are specifically of them. Doesn't seem dangerous though.
I can't quite identify what's going on with the doors, but it's probably not harmful. Giraffe? Or it just
Yeah.
points to the door at the east. Have at it.
Fine. It's locked.
Reach for it, and you realize it's locked, and it seems to be this sort of bas relief of a mountain that's sort of carved into the iron itself. It's sort of like the mountain would be split if you open these two doors open.
Oh, now that's interesting.
If it's a
feel like-
barbarians too, maybe they want you to just have the strength to split a mountain to open this.
Can I try to pull it with force?
Yeah. Roll me an athletics.
I
Please.
assume it could be public.
Yes. You place your hands on the handles there and start pulling against it, and you realize that there is some force holding it back, rather than just it being locked into place physically, some magical force that is testing you, and you're pulling and pulling before you're able to thrust it open as the magic breaks under your raw strength.
Yeah. He poses. He flexes his muscles.
That's the kind of puzzle a barbarian would come up with.
That's the kind of puzzle.
Giraffe,
that-
what did you do?
I opened the door.
But what? I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
It worked.
It worked, didn't it?
But it was so delicately.
It's fine.
The barbarians keep
the
we
art.
expect too much.
Time to set off all the traps.
As you step into this area here, oh yeah, sorry, what were your exploration activities?
Search.
Still searching.
Search.
Just like keeping my eyes out.
Yeah.
Detect magic.
As you guys enter this new room here, make sure to roll your perception checks.
I'm going to give you one, but it's for traps only.
You see in this room an alabaster statue of a human warrior standing in the antechamber against the north wall. 2 or two 5-foot passageways open to either side of it. You guys, as you're looking around here, you notice something interesting about where that statue is looking. It's staring directly across down towards this wall. And, well, with natural 20s on Yarmsir and Parenth for your perception checks, you very clearly see that there is a hidden passageway behind that wall. Door.
Even barbarian architects can't withstand the allure of having secret hallways.
Secret doors are just too tempting.
We should. I wonder what the point of these side passages is.
Oh, and if you guys are hearing door noises when you interact with the doors, you can turn that down in the audio setting. I turn them off, but Paizo likes to add those to doors, and I don't like them myself. But I'm not going to go through every single door tile in all my 4 games and turn them off. So, yeah.
I'll find them.
Yeah.
I'm curious to check back here.
Very well.
It's full of
ahead.
cobwebs. Sounds like a scout's job.
It does look
Draft?
uncomfortably narrow.
Draft, go up and check this hallway.
I don't want to.
So that one that you're over near, it turns to the right. This one over here turns to the left.
Parenth sort of goes on in. It leads nowhere.
I don't like those tight quarters.
Leave it to barbarians to make worthless passages.
I'm
So-
glad
What was
that
that about?
Emiri isn't here to hear us saying all this.
There's a chamber ahead of us.
So there is.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
I'm more interested in this one.
We can check out the other way later.
Try to open.
Click it.
You sort of pull down the stone passage sort of
that was
blocker
awkward.
here, and like I said, the audio files on them might be loud. You can turn that down in the interface, or ambient audio, I think, does it. And
Oh
then-
yeah,
cool,
ambient
though,
was
to
at
be perfectly
100.
honest.
Yeah, if ambient's at 100, it's going to be very loud. So, you find that there is a long passageway ahead of you that curves at its end here, crisscrossed with cobwebs and ruined pieces of stone that have crumbled away, maybe due to water or something like that. And along its side, every few feet, are these sigils along the wall. And they glow very softly with a pale blue light. There are a couple of sigils along here. If you guys zoom in, you can see these little markers along the side here.
If that doesn't scream trap, I don't know what else does.
Should we
Well-
look around more before we go down this passage? It looks pretty long. Just a thought.
Well, the walls are magic, so I'd assume these things are also magic.
I mean, they're glowing. What more do you need to know?
Glowing things is more of your specialty, I believe.
Exactly. So what do they do?
Can I tell from here?
You would have to enter the space. And if anybody else, of course, enters the hallway, then they can make the search check.
Okay.
Roll your perception.
I believe in
Draft.
you.
Graf, they don't seem all that out of the ordinary. In fact, they seem to have writing in them, in the sort of an old dialect of Hallett. Does anyone speak Hallett in this?
I do.
Eva, you
I do.
Yeah, you both recognize names, actually, written in Hallett with these blue sigils. They seem to be funerary sort of rites, and sort of like honored person lies here, or honored, this person died in battle years ago, or honored this one, tested their mettle against them. failed in their attempts, honored people along these sigils that pale blue glow have.
Nice. This might not be the trap you thought it was.
Arenth, though, you notice something about one of the sigils as you get closer to it here. You notice, peering past the writing and sort of like maybe making your vision a little bit less precise, like you know how you like stare and let your vision become blurry. You realize that there are other patterns within the writing itself, other writings within the writings because of how close the writing is. It seems to be that these funerary rites are cleverly disguising the incantations for a conjuration spell. They're linked together along with every other sigil, in fact.
There's something here. If conjuration of some sort. I imagine if you get too close, I might summon something. Which could be anything.
Roll me a
Tiger, perhaps.
maybe. Could roll me a recall knowledge arcana to maybe figure out what's going on with them a little bit further.
I have an idea out of character.
Okay.
I will roll it though.
You're not quite sure about the specifics of this spell.
How many names are there per
Sigil? One.
sigil?
Would I be able to sort of analyze it using a crafting check?
Sure. It will be a higher DC because this is more of a arcane thing.
I'll still try my hand. Hidden or public?
Blind. You're recalling information. You're trying to figure something out. You could be incorrect about your information. And honestly, Gaz, you're not quite sure what is exactly going on here.
I'm admittedly more impressed that the barbarians managed to build something like this.
Did you not
More
see
than-
the guy with the staff out there in the front?
I mean, still.
So unless we try to disrupt these are definitely going to do something if we continue forward.
On the other hand, there could be some treasure around the bend.
Be my guest if this is what you want to do.
Treasure on the bend. Oh, that makes this so much safer.
Parent moves to the back of the group.
You get the impression that one's ability with thievery could allow them to carefully and precisely break the arcane sigils insofar that it doesn't cause it to activate or lash back at you as well.
Alternatively, Gaz brings up an old tool. I could send this down the hallway and trigger everything in order.
It's conjuration. It wouldn't alleviate the issue.
I would fill the hallway and we could like strike them down as they form a neat, orderly line in front of us, probably.
Conjuration can be
Run and shut the door behind us if there's anything that shows up.
Well,
How many are there? Like, how many traps are there?
you can see 10 of them, but you
And if
can't see
I-
the rest of the hallway.
So using Dispel Magic would be one at a time, I assume.
It's all interconnected, so it'd be one usage of it.
If that even works, anyways.
Hmm.
I can tell that there's more even further down the hall.
Maybe I can try to disrupt the magic. Let me just try something.
All right.
I'm going to try to Dispel Magic.
Okay. 5th rank Dispel Magic. Roll me a counteract check. Roll of 33. That success. You get the feeling that the amount of energy you're putting into this dispelling magic is not enough for this effect.
I have a question.
Yes.
The roll to disable these sigils is disable device thing, right?
Yeah, it's a disabled device.
Excellent.
Yeah. You have it. Applying your knowledge of crafting to reverse engineer what's going on here, you can certainly try to disable this trap.
It's probably gonna take me a few attempts, but Fabrian weird sigils probably shouldn't be too much of a challenge. I will try to disable the first sigil, I suppose.
Okay.
Wonderful. It's good to see that you're no less of a capable scout, even after all those years of office work. Never mind.
Well,
Starting off
You
strong.
just had to say it.
as you are fiddling with this, you realize that you're dealing with something that has a lot of failsafes, a lot of hidden triggers. If anyone were to, well, tamper with it, you just barely avoid those before realizing you need to take a step back and rethink this. So just barely avoided the crit failure.
Oh no.
And try it again.
Maybe we should look around more first. There might be a way to disable this.
I'm okay with that idea.
This
but if
doesn't look
there's-
all that disableable to me, I'll be
to-
honest.
To be fair, if there's treasure, it's always behind the hidden places.
We'll get there eventually.
Correct.
I
We're just going to look
I'd
around
rather
first.
not. For as much as I love a good fight, we don't know what those things would summon.
So,
We probably summoned something like some giant death cat. Horrible monstrosities.
as you guys step forward here, those of you who are searching, roll your perception checks for this room. The ceiling of the circular room rises from the floor in a hemisphere, reaching a height of 10 feet above. The floor itself is highly polished and smooth. As you're peering around the side there, you get the impression that there are ramps north and south that seem to tip into the darkness, whatever may lie below those ramps, but you can only imagine. You would certainly slide down them.
Oh my gosh.
Parents' roll is only for traps, by the way.
Okay, well, Parent,
Did you
You-
just...
your hazard sense allows you to recognize this as... Yarmasi, are you stepping forward?
Well, what in character would that be like something we would do after that perception check? After the results of that perception check, or
Not me.
I was waiting for
We're
parents'
getting
result.
parents' spidey senses
yeah,
first.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, so if you think Yarmasir is careful and wants his allies to tell him if it's trapped or not, yeah, he wouldn't,
Yeah,
he
I'm
wouldn't
not
just walk out.
Yeah, like sometimes it's like not sure when it starts
Yeah,
or
it-
I'm
stops.
just saying flat
safe
out, keep
enough
it
to...
stops.
Yeah, it's safe enough to just let me finish the perception checks. But either way, your hazard sense, Parent, allows you to realize that the floor is probably going to pivot on a spherical sort of pin underneath it. So wherever it's like a seesaw, but it's a circular seesaw. So if you stood here, it would start sliding in that direction or the other direction.
It's trapped. It's a big if you step on one side, it will dip down and dump you into that pit, probably.
Oh, so that's not water. That's like stone.
Yeah, it's
seesaw.
polished stone, very
Okay.
smooth.
I was trying to get out of my head that it looked like water.
It kind of does, yeah. Now that you mention it.
I saw Yarmos jump in like he's probably above his head.
Yeah,
That sounds really, really goofy for a trap, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
It's-
it is simple, and those pits are probably full of something horrible.
I mean, you could just like walk across over the middle. The stone slab's gonna be heavy. Just stay in the middle.
All right, Giraffe, show us how it's done.
Hey Kiba, you're surefoot.
I would just jump this.
Yeah.
Gaz, can you just jam it with something maybe so it can't lean?
It should be possible, yeah. Probably another disabled device check, I would imagine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you have like pythons or something, you could shove them in the crevice.
Well, I have some spare tools I can just shove in, probably.
Find the point where it sort of would disconnect from the regular flooring. But you're realizing as you're trying to put something in, trying to counter the weight of this slab, this very delicate sort of placement of it, it's hard, and you're actually failing to do so there.
I
Would
may
this help in any way?
Oh my gosh.
What is this?
It's a coating that can fill into crevices and increases friction. It's supposed to make it easier to balance on surfaces, but I'm not sure if you can also just put this into cracks, into the
Just
crevice here.
increase the friction so it gets stuck.
I would say if you apply this, it would make it easier to traverse this. It would give that
Gotcha.
+2 bonus to your saves, your reflex saves.
Right, so that's a last ditch resort in case.
I break
That's a
everything.
cool thought.
It might take me a little bit to get this done, but I should be able to do this, hopefully. I will make another crafting roll if no one stops me.
Go
No,
ahead.
I won't.
Can only
I
be
have a
stopped by a
question.
crit fail. Yeah, Parent.
With all these spider webs and whatnot, would it be pretty easy to tell if other people have been here recently?
That would be a survival check.
Hey, can I make that survival check?
Of course you can.
Pareth gives Draft the idea to check with it.
Blind or public?
Blind because you could get false
That's knowledge.
checks. So, Jeff, you do get the distinct impression that there have been a couple of people through here. It's hard to tell exactly who or how many or how fast or what their footsteps were, but there has been passage at the very least through here.
I assume my check
Fails, yes. Not critically, close to critically failing, but it takes another couple of seconds as you're trying to jam something in there. It's just not working for you. You feel like if you do it poorly at some point, it will permanently not be able to be trapped, so to say.
You doing okay, guys?
He might accidentally improve it.
Or in some way, or just lose the material
shit.
that he's trying to jam into it.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Still a failure there, Gaz.
Keep rolling like you just tens. It's amazing.
Just putting a bunch of dirty rags in there. Try to hold it in place.
Shoving an oil flask in there. Surely that'll work.
As long as the flask doesn't break.
Well,
Oh, well, there it is.
Gaz,
Oh.
as you're trying to do this, the tools, like the whole toolbox that you have full of like junk material, just falls down the cracks in it. There seems to be a space underneath it and gets lost. You cannot try again.
Well,
Well,
that solves that.
So I'm guessing
Ah.
it would be an acrobatics check to balance as you go across.
No. It would be a reflex save.
As
Oh,
Gaz
dear.
is trying to disarm this trap, Parent is switching spells out in his spellbook again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
This is a
you-
trivial jump for me to make if I was to just long jump across it. So this is all you guys.
Yeah, I can also just jump this.
So do you
Yeah,
guys
I'll
wait
just-
around another 10 minutes as Parrot just sits down with a book, or does anyone try anything during that time?
I thought Parents was doing that while Gaz
Well,
was trying
Gaz
crafting checks.
is like 5 seconds on each of those checks.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, we can wait.
Could I
Although,
jam Gaz
Almost
into
here is
the
using
crevice so that
floating.
it holds it still? No, I don't want to do that.
That would be murder.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that would
that's
incur
fair.
the wrath of the champion of Shellen.
Would
That's
anyone like to try the test as it is presented before you?
Honestly, yeah, I think we're overthinking this.
On my
Yeah.
solution.
If I die, it's my own fault.
It's a pretty open trap. It just seems almost like it's here to test anybody trying to get through it. So, Giraffe, as you're stepping onto it, none of you have really tested it fully to see how it bends and shifts. It goes really quickly, like it's really, really lightly placed.
Oh.
I need a reflex save immediately. You step here, it sort of shifts upward to the side.
With a +2
course.
from the colorful coating.
Well, time to get another scroll.
Oh, does that make a
Whoa.
noise? Oh yeah, it does make a noise. Interesting. I don't like the noise, but either way, you're sort of like pushed in the leftwards direction there and immediately tumble back to your allies.
Oh, it's a
That's
pivot
a
in
bit-
all directions.
Okay, I thought it only pivoted to the north and south.
Didn't know that until now.
Correct.
Nope. So that's useful information. See?
At the very least, it doesn't seem to be deadly, so that's good
The,
to know.
the pits probably say otherwise.
Where's the stasis rune when you need it?
I mean, Draft, you could probably jump across the other side and be a counterweight for the others.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can jump it. I'm gonna
Okay.
jump it.
The three of us can jump it trivially.
I'm looking for my. I have quick jump. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
double
you
check
Giraffe,
that.
you have enough athletics to make that jump. Just roll an athletics check to see how
Okay, cool.
good it goes.
If not, I'll do a wall jump.
Yeah, these effects are. Sometimes I saw this being developed in
Whoa.
the Kingmaker development channels, and it was like they sometimes just like narrow their focus on one particular thing. Like this one trap, they put a bunch of like macros on to make it look good. But
No wonder you're trying to get us to do it.
well, that is 29 feet that you get, so you can get to there,
Oh,
the other side.
Oh, it's equal to the check.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Are these doors like the strength test from earlier, or are they just
Yes,
doors?
it looks like more of those mountains on the door.
Draft,
Ow.
wait.
I'll wait. I'll act as a counterbalance, like stepping on and off as needed.
Okay.
Draft's like, I'm gonna go into the next room and trigger something else before anybody
I'll
else
go
is even
trigger the
over.
encounter, guys.
Giraffe, I need an athletics check as you're trying to hold down and cause the counterweight there. It's very difficult because of how light it is. You're maneuvering your hands all over the place to try and catch up to it. It takes a lot of strength. And that is just barely enough to allow one of your allies to get across with it.
If I were to kick it down really hard, could it throw someone up?
It's a seesaw.
Oh, okay,
Probably
cool.
one of the kobolds, yeah.
I can place probably one of my gadgets down on the other side to make things easier.
Parent stops preparing his spell.
Which of you
goes
takes?
across.
Okay, Parent takes
Perfect.
it. All right. So
I don't need
Oh,
it.
hi. Nice of you to join me.
whoever's going next would need Giraffe to roll another athletics check to try and hold it down, but it is starting to get fatiguing, Giraffe. So I'm gonna do a -1 cumulative to each of these as you attempt to do this.
Okay.
Well, actually, I will just
Oh, okay.
do this.
There you go. Shoot yourself across with the blast boots. Does need an athletics check still.
Well, that should be enough, hopefully.
Yeah, you're good. 36 feet. You almost run into Parent. So that leaves Kiba and Yarmsir.
I can also press it down if need be.
Yeah, you can aid Giraffe's check.
Right. Mercier is going to just
Mhm.
try to balance across.
35 with
Oh.
Giraffe.
Oh, never mind. You're
Yeah.
just going to walk across.
Yep.
Giraffe's
since
able to sort of balance it.
All right,
Keep a
just
good
huddle
jump.
together and I'll just jump across.
Come here, Yarmouth's here.
Yeah, cuddle
You-
up.
Did notice as you were jumping across, Gaz, that the pits themselves seem to have some old skeletons lying within them. You have to wonder what they might have had upon them.
Treasure?
Oh no.
I don't think we'll be grabbing that unless we enjoy getting punctured.
So basically, I just have to not roll a 1 for my
Mhm.
long jump.
They're simple spike
Was
traps,
not a
aren't
1.
they?
Yeah.
You should just take a snowboard and ride it down there.
Yeah, do the like ride the mattress down the staircase thing
Mm-hmm.
into spikes.
Yeah.
Very safe.
Golly.
we do have a steel kite.
Guys, go get the treasure. You need it.
What could go wrong?
In the meantime, can I make the strength check to open the door?
Yes.
The treasure.
What's fun about this is I also have powerful leap, so that's 30
Actually,
plus,
Kiba can fly. We can just
35
come.
result.
Mm-hmm.
Kiba can fly. We can just come back and have him fly to get all the stuff.
I can fly like a minute a day.
I got that with a 5 on the dice.
10 minutes a day?
You are very strong.
Look at these muscles. I had bad leverage and I still did it.
Keep it.
I am
Five minutes.
very amused by the fact that like a party without any strength class could just completely get screwed here.
The doors probably have other ways of opening
There
them.
was probably another way.
Breaking the door down because the
We didn't even
enchantment,
try any other
the
way.
protection was on the walls, not the door.
Parent looks really sad.
You could quote unquote disable the enchantment that was quote unquote locking it with a thief as well.
quote unquote.
Oh, quote unquote, yes.
Quote, unquote.
Ooh, I see a fresh body.
I was even doing the air quotes while I was sitting here. With that, you guys head down this corridor and you find what seems to be a hall ending at a precipice overlooking a natural stone cavern, the earthen floor of which lies 30 feet below you. The ceiling arches another 30 feet overhead, making a sort of 60-foot cavity in the rock here. Throughout the chamber, pillars of rounded rock rise at varying levels like uneven stepping stones, leading to another tunnel opening to the far side. You look down past them and you see the body of a dead woman dressed in rags, her remains covered in these red, visible welts. Lies sprawled on the earthen floor there.
Hey, do you think one of you guys can see that body well enough to see what killed him? Might
This
not have
seems
been a fall.
indicative. This seems indicative of maybe a toxin just from a glance.
Could be.
Is that possible? Is that possible?
Yeah, roll me a crafting check. See what sort of toxins,
right.
sort of things could do that to a body.
Gotcha.
Well, it looks like there's a bunch of holes in the floor.
Sure does.
You realize, Yarmsir, that is ant venom.
Oh,
Swarms of
Skull.
ants.
those holes are probably ant hills then. Oh, did someone come here to feed the ants on a regular basis?
I mean, given that the body's still whole, I don't think the ants eat people.
I mean, if we wanted to just make this a safe guarantee, we could probably just kick the ant's nest and.
Alright. Get down there, Gads.
I don't have to get down there. I have my kites to just do things for me.
None of you would happen to have molten metal on you, would you?
Molten metal?
Oh yeah, just in my pocket. No, I don't carry.
Yeah, just pour it down the
Nobody-
hole.
I
You don't
think
have
And then you can dig it
a
up later and make a video about it.
you don't have a kineticist in your party.
If we just like don't disturb them, they shouldn't be a problem, right? We just
Yeah, if you can jump across the pillars, probably.
That doesn't look that hard.
What would it be, like an athletics check or a reflex save to jump across the
So
pillars?
it would be an athletics check. And then looking at how uneven those are, you imagine if you land on any of these sort of uneven stepping stones, there are sort of pillars in the room that rise above the anthills. You would need to make a balance check with an acrobatics check. Roll. Yes. So athletics to jump, of course, but that's so uneven that you would have to make an acrobatics on top of them.
These have all been about testing our physical attributes. It's as simple as it gets.
Okay, I have a funny idea.
Mm-hmm.
I have wall jump.
You do.
Could I treat the side of one of these pillars as a wall?
Easily.
So if I can roll at least a 25 on 2 jumps, because I have quick jump,
Mm-hmm.
I could just clear the whole thing.
You
That should
could.
be an easy enough roll.
Yeah.
I have a plus 25, so I just need to not get in that one at their time. Excuse me, Parenth, I need to stand where you are.
I could just teleport us.
No,
Yeah.
let me do this. Let me feel
You have
useful.
enough of those to just throw around?
No.
Wait. What if we tied a rope down here and I bring the other end across? Would that make it easier or harder?
You look around yourself, you don't see anything to tie a rope off to. No torch sconce here. Unfortunately, there's nowhere actually to put it down.
Darn.
Unless you made something for it.
Nope. No. Unless you
Got
guys
nothing.
want to do that.
Where's the
I'm fine with-
unmovable rod when you need one?
It's probably in those pits with those dead people.
Yeah, you should go check. Okay, so I'm gonna jump across if nobody wants to have me grab a rope or something.
Nope. Go ahead.
Go for it. First check. Easily sort of leaping out and then sort of planting your foot there, but already springing towards the next, distance there. You get pretty much to, for the purpose of it like this one, either way it's just going to be 2 checks.
Yeah, then using the wall as leverage.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick jump, so I have the actions to do it in a single turn.
Yeah, and you'll leap off that one as well, spring yourself back up to the other side.
That's crazy. I have a plus 25 modifier, so as long as I didn't get in that one, I'm fine.
Yeah, ooh, look at that. People using their skill feats.
Woo!
Love it.
I felt so bad because there's no skill feats for athletics. I'm never gonna use wall jump, and I feel so happy that I get to use it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you took that. Now that was cool.
That was really cool. Just
Great
freaking
mental
Mario
imagery.
64'd it. Can't wait till I get the level 20
Evidently, I took the wrong feat
backwards
for this.
long jump. At level 20, can I do a backwards long jump and just teleport up a flight of stairs?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you get cloud jump, which is also just a double jump, so either way. How are the rest of you getting across here? We're definitely at the end of the session, but let's see how you guys handle this, and then we'll end after that.
I definitely know my way.
Imagine I'll be doing a series of hops.
I'll take my one big jump using a gadget as per usual. Though I will probably have to take the parent's place here. Once again.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe I'll go through the other tunnel after all.
You're not
I
very
need
heavy,
a-
are you?
Straight line for this, which I have. I will use the gadget skates for this.
Okay. So you're gonna ski across.
Basically, I will do one long jump.
So you're gonna have someone push you down the hallway and ski. Okay, sure. Let's see. Roll me an athletics check for this.
It feels so satisfying to have a skill feat work.
It's basically doubles my moves, my speed.
Yes, as you're jumping across, you don't get enough distance to go the whole way across. Get to about here. Nothing else is close enough because you have to go in a straight line with this. I do need an acrobatics check then.
Oh boy.
7 on the dice.
I'm not rolling well today.
So, as you teeter on the top of this with the skis, you realize, what the fuck are these skis for? I don't know. You
Oh, gosh.
fall down the side of it. You can make a reflex save to grab an edge, though.
I will try to do that, yes.
31. You're just barely able to get a grip on the smooth stone with your sort of grabber arms and pull yourself onto it, sort of like in what's that show where they have 4 big red balls. You're trying to grab onto the top, yeah, and hold onto it with your belly because it's really hard to stand up on these.
I'm fine.
You see skittering tiny creatures, thousands of them skittering around you, underneath you, going in a circle, waiting for you to fall. They realize a meal has arrived.
Oh, I see. They're still eating them. It takes a while for ants. Oh, wait, those are swarms. I thought they were individual ants.
And it's an individual big ant. No, it's swarms of ants.
Oh boy.
They're waiting. They're not doing anything just yet.
Gaz will try to hop across the rest of the way.
Okay.
So presumably down here first, then here, and finally over here.
Hop, hop, hop. For each of those, though, you do need to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, gotcha. which means I will fail a lot probably.
You've
Oh,
rolled a
boy.
natural
Oh,
1.
there it is.
So actually, what is the natural 1 effect of losing balance?
You got any fireballs left, parent?
Of course I do. I always have fireballs.
Okay, you just fall. Yeah, so roll me another reflex save, guys. For your grab and edge. DC is 30. It's very difficult to get a grip of this, and you end up falling down into the pit as these swarms of army ants rush towards you. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, geez.
Hooray!
Army ants? That's an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hi,
I
Miss
got the
Gaz.
ant autism.
Guys, you can
How
handle
you roll?
fireballs, right?
Army ants are normally nomadic.
Wait,
It's a bad
Hmm.
time to point out I literally have the lowest health in the party.
just do that thing where you catch on fire.
Just do that thing and pull out the crystal skull so that they go around. Oh wait, we don't have one of those.
We need to start investing in backfire mantles. Actually, we have a lot of.
We really probably should, so I can
Yeah.
start doing some of my AoEs on you guys.
it
My
does take up a back
horn.
slot, though. It takes up your cape slot.
I mean,
Are there any
my
other
ar-
capes that we have?
I don't have a
We
cape.
need to get some capes of billowing if they exist in this system.
I mean, I do have a resilient rune on this for what it's worth. On my armor, that is.
We'll have to see what you guys do here, but as the swarm comes for you, yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys had fun.
Oh, I sure
Yes, I
did.
did.
Sure.
I'm really sad.
It was definitely an experience today.
We went past treasure and didn't get it.
Well, you can always go back. It's there. It is. Might
I'm
be
Still
good.
curious
Stuff.
just-
You can get it.
I'm curious just how many crit fails I've had today. It's probably a lot.
But yeah. So if you guys liked the stream today, of course, follow if you aren't already. Subscribe if you want to, and you can see right above me, I do have 160 plus supplement, or not really all supplemental. It's more like 80 supplemental at this point, but supplemental maps aplenty for Kingmaker that I have made use of in my times here. So if you want them, patreon.com/KoboldDM. Iba, you stream.
Sure do. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Kobold, the player of Kiba, and I stream here on Twitch Tuesday and Wednesday evenings doing retro and indie stuff at around 6 Central Time. Come on by sometime. It'll be fun.
So, with that all being said, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be here next week without any server issues. And I also do, actually, I am starting to do a thing where either Thursday or Friday I do like a solo stream. I'm thinking I'm going to do Stardew Valley, actually. I was
Oh,
recommended
that's a
it.
cool choice.
Well, my
Thanks,
stream
Joe.
of a short hike ended up being me just talking to chat for 2 hours, which is good, which is fine. But it needs to be a game that I can actually do that, because I was falling in water and running my head into the sides of a mountain half the time because I was looking at chat instead.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Either way, Thursday or Friday, whichever I send out on my Twitter or X. Ooh. I'll see you guys next time.
Don't call it that.
See
Have
you
a good
guys.
night, everybody. Thank you for
Good
watching.
Thank you for watching.
Fun. Bye bye.